Final in Paris, Ronaldo was barely able to play a part in the game, but he was barking the instructions from the sidelines, and Eder's goal won that for Portugal in extra time. We are hoping for something similar this evening. We are underway. France in the white shirts, blue shorts and white socks, defending the goal away to our left-hand side. So the majority of the Portuguese fans behind Mike Maignan and that French goal away to our left. It's got a thin blue pinstripe in this French kit, the giant golden cockerel on the breast, as well as N'Golo Kanté comes running forward, early possession for France. Kolo Muani making his first start of the tournament. The PSG striker gets his first touch. Antoine Griezmann curling a pass away to his left, chased by Theo Hernandez, up from left back, keeps it in play down by the corner flag, and Kylian Mbappe, with the mask now firmly planted on his face, gets his first touch of the game. Casual pass back, and France knocking it around beautifully at the start. Camavinga was involved. Here's Mbappe, just spins on the ball, lays it back to Griezmann. Griezmann floats a pass across the face of the Portuguese penalty area. Koundé's cross into the box is volleyed away. Portugal can't get a touch of the ball at the moment. Here's Camavinga with that long hair flowing behind him, tied in the ponytail, bouncing around on his shoulders. Tchouaméni, his Real Madrid teammate, diagonal pass from him, bounces once, chested down by Koundé, onto N'Golo Kanté. Pepe comes out to try and make the tackle, got the ball at the second attempt. Koundé hits the cross into Pepe. It doesn't go behind for a corner yet, and now it's a battle for possession down by the corner flag, and France have won that ball. And here's a chance for Griezmann, 25 yards out, slides it in. Kolo Muani across the face of goal, and it's cleared away by Bernardo Silva. Great start by the French, Chris Sutton.
Yeah, absolutely confident start by the French, dictating play in these early moments. Kolo Muani just lacking a bit of vision there when inside the box, couldn't pick out the teammate, but with a free kick there, Griezmann does. Griezmann at the top of the diamond, Camavinga on that left-hand side. That allows Theo Hernandez, almost playing like a left winger at this moment in time.
Heard Julien Laurent saying before the last 16 game against Belgium, Didier Deschamps, Chris's former roommate, of course, back in the Chelsea days, had tried 4 different formations: 4-2-3-1 against Austria, 4-4-1-1 against the Netherlands, 4-3-3 against Poland. They're coming forward here, and Mbappe's just lost it on the edge of the penalty area. And then this formation in the last 16 game against Belgium, where it's sort of 4-4-2, but as Chris was saying, Tchouaméni at the base of a midfield diamond with Griezmann at the tip. Kanté buzzing around, lay off from Kolo Muani to Griezmann. Koundé plays it back to Griezmann again, gets his head up, strokes a lofted ball right across the Portuguese half. Hernandez calmly controls it on his left foot. Give and go from Mbappe. He sets off like the clappers down the left-hand side. Stops, receives the pass again, brings it in field, and the curling ball from Mbappe is straight at Bruno Fernandes. Takes a touch, nearly lost it, and Pepe pokes it back to his goalkeeper Diogo Costa, who plays his pass away in time. Portugal in the red shirts, green shorts, and the red socks with the green tops get their first bit of possession in this game. 5 Live and BBC Sounds, 3 minutes in, Portugal 0, France 0.
Costa really cool there. Portuguese goalkeeper under pressure from Kolo Muani, popped it out to the back, and now Portugal getting a foothold in this game.
Leao can be a real danger man, holds off Upamecano, chops back inside, feeds the pass to Nuno Mendes, strokes the ball across the edge of the French penalty area. Bernardo Silva tried to get there. Hernandez cleared for France. I'll remind you of the 2 team lineups in full in just a second, but it's a non-stop start at the moment. Bernardo Silva is on the dribble, those dancing feet, twisting and turning, edge of the French penalty area. Fernandez fires it at Vitinha, who's a lovely player to watch as well. Couldn't quite bring that under control, but it comes back to Fernandez. Walking pace from him, just plays it to João Palhinha, the Fulham man soon to become a Bayern Munich man, as Fernandez slides a pass in. Bernardo Silva's crossing to the near post, looking for an early chance for Ronaldo. Didn't get to him. Edge of the box is Kanté, gets a challenge in. The ball is nodded down. Nuno Mendes stretches, doesn't make the tackle, and France try and bring it away with Kolo Muani. Heavy challenge on him from Palhinha, got the ball, and in the end it's gone out for a Portuguese throw on the halfway line.
Palhinha in there, he's the enforcer in that Portuguese midfield. Strong challenge, good challenge it was, had to get that right. It's France breaking out. See the way that Portugal have set up. Leao on the left-hand side, Bernardo Silva, little magician off that right-hand side, likes to come in on his left foot. Leao slightly different in terms of, he's the real dribbler, the ball carrier in this Portuguese team, hugging the left-hand touchline.
He's just having a word, Rafael Leao, with his manager Roberto Martinez, who's probably struggling to make himself heard down there. Talking about struggling to make yourself heard, Chris, your friend from Portuguese television on the right-hand side, he's a very excitable chap. Look at him firing away at the moment. The game has barely got going.
Just imagine if they score.
Exactly. I think you'll hear it loud and clear on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Portugal 0, France 0. Spain through to the semi-finals. Great drama in the first quarter-final this afternoon. Spain winning it with a very late header from Mikel Merino. Toni Kroos has played his last game of football. The host Germany are out, and either Portugal or France will meet Spain in the semi-final. Fabulous noise with the singing resounding around this stadium. Bruno Fernandes, low pass, fired into the feet of Bernardo Silva. Cancelo wide on the right-hand side, has Hernandez backing off. 2 giant Portuguese flags waving behind that goal away to our left as Portugal continue the build-up. Pepe involved on the halfway line, strokes the ball to Nuno Mendes. Low pass from him, straight at Tchouameni on the edge of the box, just hoists the clearance away. Pepe volleys it to his left, Nuno Mendes just inside the French half, and Portugal decide to play back into their half.
The guy to the right-hand side, the Portuguese commentator has just launched something at a photographer in front of us, so it's quite an angry commentator.
He can't see properly because the photographer's in the way. Right, they're having words now. Yeah, there's a contretemps going on there. They've interrupted the commentary on Portuguese television to try and get the photographer to move, and he's not moving. We'll keep an eye on that. Potential yellow cards in the offing, Chris, in the press box.
That's another battle to keep your eye on.
As well as Ronaldo against Mbappe. Cristiano Ronaldo, red shirt untucked, just walking around, trying to find space in front of the French defence. Portugal knocking the ball around inside their own half. Short pass from Pepe, forward to Vitinha, who's got a real boyish look about him. Number 23 for Portugal. Only one start in qualifying for them, but a real key player in their central midfield. Ruben Dias of Manchester City to his club mate Bernardo Silva. They exchange passes, it goes wide to Cancelo, and Dias plays again across to Pepe.
And France not pressing Portugal high up the pitch. They're allowing Portugal to have the ball really narrowed up in that central area. They want Portugal playing through them, but Bernardo Silva on the drift now, middle of the pitch.
Yeah, they're opening things up, Portugal, to the left. Leao receives the ball and Nuno Mendes speeds on ahead of him. He plays him in on the left, in behind the French defence, wide, down by the byline, crossing, Tchouameni is there, volleys it away awkwardly, and it goes out for a throw-in to Portugal. They've got Diogo Costa in goal, Cancelo, Dias, Pepe, Nuno Mendes back 4, Vitinha and Palhinha in front of them, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Rafael Leao, and you know who, Cristiano Ronaldo, through the middle, making a 52nd major tournament appearance, 11th major tournament all told, and he's scored in all the previous 10. And knowing him, he will be absolutely desperate to score in the 11th as well.
I don't think he's had a touch yet.
That's true, yeah. Portugal playing keep ball inside their own half. I'll give you the French team again in a second. Chris Sutton with us here in Hamburg as Pepe plays the ball into the feet of Palhinha. Griezmann, I was going to say closes in, he sort of jogs towards him, no real pressure there, and Portugal easily play out down the right. It's a steady pace that we've started at.
I think Portugal have matched up the diamond with France now. Mendes has been quite prominent in these opening stages. Portuguese left back.
There's your man, Ronaldo gets his first touch, plays it back to Leao. Bruno Fernandes is fouled, Saliba in eagerly with the challenge, and this will be a free kick for France to defend, wide on the left, 30 yards from goal. Ronaldo might have a shot here, Chris. He did last time. This is exactly where he shot from last time against Slovenia.
Well,
look, he's not even there, is he?
That's ridiculous, yeah. Not even Ronaldo could score from there.
Well, 9 minutes in first half. Portugal 0, France 0. 2 more quarterfinals tomorrow. Appointment listening, 5 o'clock kickoff. Live from Dusseldorf, England against Switzerland, Netherlands, Turkey. Chris will be there for that one tomorrow night. Fernandes free kick bobbles into the French penalty area, hits Koundé in the knees and goes behind for the first corner of the game. And this game is just slowly coming to life.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest free kick from Bruno Fernandes, who's normally bang on the money, kept it low. Just off Koundé's knee and out for a corner.
And Ronaldo's thinking, I told you so with the free kicks. Look at that rubbish from Fernandes. Tell you what though, it's won the corner. Let's see what Portugal can do with this. 0-0 against France. Fernandes wipes sweaty palms on the back of his green shorts. Referee saying that ball is not touching the quadrant. Bruno Fernandes pulls it back a millimetre. It's pretty much in exactly the same position. Holds a right hand in the air, runs at the ball, and it's another bouncing one into the near post, which is easily cleared away. Nuno Mendes tries to trap it just short of the halfway line. The ball spins away from his left foot, runs back into his own half to collect it, and plays back to his goalkeeper Diogo Costa, who strokes a low pass out to the right. Bernardo Silva is there, finds Cancelo. No urgency, Chris, from France at all when Portugal have the ball inside their own half, is there?
No, they're happy just to sit off. Sort of a medium shaped press from France, allowing Portugal to have the ball inside their own half, sitting off near the halfway line, making it difficult for Portugal to play through them at this moment in time.
No chances as yet in the game. João Palhinha drives a diagonal ball onto the chest of Leao. What a brilliant back heel. Nuno Mendes on his bike, curling cross, very close to Maino. He's able to let that go, swerve past him and go behind for the goal kick. The execution of the cross wasn't quite right, but the build-up was fabulous.
That's where they've been the danger. On this left-hand side, Portugal, good understanding from clever back heel. Mendes got beyond him. Just the cross from Mendes. No real accuracy.
Didn't score against Georgia in their last group game. Portugal didn't manage to score against Slovenia, went through on the penalty shootout. It's almost 30 years since they went 3 consecutive international games without scoring a goal. France have been struggling for the goals as well. The Mbappe penalty and a couple of own goals in the tournament so far. Here they are now, lofted ball out to Koundé, wears number 5 for France. Playing at right back. They're still trying to sort out the old photographer situation in front of us here. I think Portuguese television commentators have got their way. Big roar going up around the stadium at the moment as France continue to knock the ball around. And Upamecano, low pass from him, finds Tchouaméni, who's positioned himself between the two French centre-backs, slides it through. Mbappe lets it run through his legs. Wide on the left-hand side. Griezmann tries to feed Mbappe again. Mbappe appeals for a corner, but the decision goes against him. That will be a goal kick to Portugal. 12 minutes gone in the first half and 5 live in BBC Sounds. Portugal 0, France 0.
Yeah, we're seeing both the big hitters at Mbappe and Ronaldo starved off the ball. Correct decision from the referee. Mbappe, albeit France, set up as a 4-4-2, but Mbappe, we know he likes to drift out on that left-hand side.
1 goal in 7 games at the Euros for Mbappe in his career, 12 in 14 games at the World Cup. Here's Pepe, ball at his feet just outside his own penalty area. 41-year-old for Portugal, playing in his 9th major tournament, part of that squad of course that won the Euros, beating France in the final back in 2016. Bernardo Silva steps forward into the Portuguese midfield, plays it to Palhinha across to Pepe, down the left-hand touchline to Mendes. Firm first touch, controls it well and plays back to Pepe again. France continue to hold their defensive shape. Griezmann in the middle, Mbappe on the left, Kolo Muani on the right, and Pepe gets the ball in front of Kolo Muani, who's about 10 yards from him, finds Vitinha plays it to Palhinha, back across to Pepe, corner of the penalty area, waves a finger, signals he's going to go long, hits the ball long down the left, and Leao lets it bounce and it gets away from him and goes out for a French throw.
Yeah, that'll be Leao who will be offering up to stretch the French back line. I don't think we'll see Ronaldo do that too often when there is space in behind. A very cagey start from both teams, really.
Yeah, cagey's the word, Chris. Palhinha snaps into a challenge there. Saw Conte setting off down the right-hand side, moved in quickly and pokes the ball out for a throw. One of those games tonight as Maignan miscontrol down by the byline has conceded a corner. Upamecano played it back to him. Ronaldo was closing in. Just a nervy moment for the French goalkeeper. Took his eye off the ball and has needlessly given away a corner.
Yeah, I mean the back pass was fizzed in. Maignan should still be able to deal with it. Just really careless. And maybe Bruno Fernandes, third time lucky. His first 2 deliveries have been particularly poor.
15 minutes gone in the first half in Hamburg. Portugal 0, France 0, playing for a place in the semi-finals at the Euros this summer to play Spain in Munich on Tuesday. Fernandes, better delivery, but Maignan is there and makes a very comfortable catch on the edge of his 6-yard box, all in yellow. Slings the ball out, looking for the pace of Mbappe. Away he goes. Cancelo sticks with him brilliantly and makes the challenge, wins the ball and plays it to Bernardo Silva.
I think he had a couple of yards head start, but he read the situation superbly. Never going to win a foot race against Mbappe unless he has a start like that.
Yeah, I was doing a little preview of the game earlier on today, Chris, into our Wimbledon coverage this afternoon. Marion Bartoli, French tennis player, was talking about the battle between Mbappe and Cancelo. Here's Leao, left-hand side, crossing to the near post, headed away, might fall to Bernardo Silva, first touch, now looking for a pass to Polinia. Didn't quite play it into his path as he was charging into the box. He's forced out of the penalty area. Bernardo Silva involved again, wide to Leao. And France have been able to get numbers back. Bruno Fernandes, 25 yards out, hits a right-footed shot, deflected wide of the post, and behind it goes for a corner to Portugal, 0-0.
It just opened up for Bruno Fernandes, 30 yards out, takes a touch, isn't shut down well enough, strikes the ball right-footed. I think it comes off Saliba's left shoulder, goes just past Maignan's left-hand post.
Adoration for Bruno Fernandes, Portugal's number 8, as he very carefully again places the ball down on the corner of the quadrant. Thousands of Portuguese fans baying for a goal behind him here. This corner's going to come in from the right-hand side. Pepe's up there. Ronaldo makes his move as well. Darts towards the near post, and it's headed away by Kolo Muani. There's a foul in there on Hernandez. May have been by Ronaldo, actually, and that is going to be a free kick to France. Talking Wimbledon, Emmerich Raducanu through to the last 16 today. We heard that from Ian Carter earlier on. From midday tomorrow, cracking weekend of sport on 5 Live and BBC Sounds tomorrow. Actually starts early in the morning, don't miss this one. 8:05 kickoff in Dunedin. England against the All Blacks in the Rugby Union International. Full commentary of that. Day 6 of Wimbledon throughout the day on 5 Live and Sports Extra tomorrow. British Grand Prix coming up on Sunday as well. And of course, the big one tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock in Dusseldorf. Theo Walcott, part of the coverage tomorrow, along with the likes of, well, it's the big hitters with England, Chris, always. Chapman, Murray, Upson, Christensen. Are you involved?
No.
You will be. Conte. Mbappe, little pass to the left. Theo Hernandez goes on the dribble, goes down holding his knee. Referee didn't see a foul in there. Ronaldo's little layoff as Portugal bring the ball forward to Bernardo Silva. Ronaldo involved again, 2 touches, releases Vitinha. Portuguese fans getting excited as Leao gets on the ball, comes infield on the diagonal, crossing, Upamecano heads it away. Bernardo Silva will chase that away to the right flank and will let it run for a throw-in. Portugal 0, France 0.
Good centre-forward play from Ronaldo, linking the play centrally twice, coming towards the ball. Said he's not going to stretch that French back line. Ball eventually goes out left, and Leao tried to find him at the back post, but off with the cross.
Pepe just inside his own half. Pace on the pass to Nuno Mendes inside the French half. Pass to Leao, just takes a second or two to bring it under control, but he's got Koundé backing off again. Kolo Muani is back helping out as well, and Leao just tries to knock it past the pair of them. I think he's won a corner. Came off Koundé's right foot, and the corner count definitely in Portugal's favour in the first half. Possession count as well, 60% to 40%.
And everything for Portugal so far down that left-hand side. Mendes and Leao carrying the threat.
So Bruno Fernandes stomps over, gets ready to take another corner for Portugal. Steps back towards the digital advertising hoardings. Pauses for a second. Pace on that one. Into the box it goes. Saliba was off balance there, but did well to direct his header out of the box. Griezmann controls. Rolls a pass across here to Kolo Muani. Space opening up for France on the left. Theo Hernandez suddenly accelerates into the Portuguese midfield, but the pass infield is given away to Griezmann there by Polinia. Griezmann into the Portuguese penalty area, lays it back to Koundé. Koundé gets lucky, the ball bounces off Bruno Fernandes, comes back to him. Camavinga plays it across here to Theo Hernandez, hits that with power, straight at Diogo Costa, who palms it away, and Portugal are able to get on the ball again inside their own half.
Yeah, it's a nice strike from Fernandes left-footed, pings the ball 25 yards out, left-hand side of the box, but comfortable for Costa. Went to his left-hand side, too close to him, beats the ball out.
20 minutes played, first half in Hamburg. Portugal 0, France 0. Mbappe looking for a 1-2 with Conte, couldn't control the pass from his captain. It's come back to Diogo Costa, the Portuguese keeper, all in black, away to our right-hand side. His low pass comes out to Nuno Mendes. Mendes back to Pepe. Palhinha deep, just on the edge of his own penalty area. Plays it across here to Diaz. Walking pace from Portugal at the moment, France as well. Both nations just biding their time. Plenty of mutual respect out on that pitch beneath us as Pepe just starts to stride forward with the ball at his feet. Plays it to Nuno Mendes, back to Pepe again. This time Bernardo Silva drops in between the centre-backs, drops a shoulder, moves away from Griezmann, still inside his own half, opens his body up and rolls a pass to Mendes, down the line to Fernandes, looks for the one through the legs of Camavinga, deflected. Camavinga immediately ships it on to Conte, suddenly gets those little legs whirring and charges towards the Portuguese penalty area, plays it to Mbappe, danger here for Portugal, step over, speed, cross, deflected, Costa palms it into the box, luckily for Portugal, goes to one of their players and Palhinha volleys it away with his left foot.
That's really good from Mbappe. Mbappe position, left hand side of the box, throws a step over, doesn't come inside on his favoured right foot, drives the outside, gets across in, Costa, lively, hit his near post, good fist away. Portugal scramble the ball clear.
Portugal 0, France 0. Chris Sutton with us here in Hamburg. Ian Dennis and Pat Nevin bringing you the drama earlier on. Spain 2, Germany 1 in Stuttgart. The hosts are out. Spain waiting the winners of this one in the semi-final in Munich on Tuesday. Tchouameni floats a delicious ball with his right foot, spinning in the air, lands at the foot of Koundé. Play to Camavinga, drags it back with his left boot. Griezmann strokes it forward. Mbappe back to goal, takes a touch, lays it out to the right to Koundé. Koundé uses Camavinga, one touch, left-footed chip ball towards the far post. He's over the head of Colomouani, and Hernandez couldn't get there either on the run into the box. That will be a goal kick for Portugal.
That actually worked that situation really well. Camavinga, right-hand side, 25 yards out, level with the corner of the box. Tried to stand up a ball to Hernandez, who was free at the back post. He just hooked it a little bit and went behind. A decent opportunity. Camavinga should have found his teammate.
Goalless between Portugal and France. Nuno Mendes plays to Pepe. Unmistakable figure of Pepe, then rolls his arms forwards as if to say he wants a bit more movement from the players ahead of him. Cancelo curling a ball down the middle of the pitch. Bernardo Silva stoops, heads it to his right. This is old school Cristiano Ronaldo. Wingers run down the right, just nudged off balance, goes down, holding his head, stays down. Referee's not stopping the game just yet. Now he does, because he sees it's a potential head injury. And so we'll get a slight stoppage in play. Portugal 0, France 0. Ronaldo just drifting out to the right for a moment, Chris.
You say old school. I mean, he's had to adapt his game. Now there is a little clash of heads. Mendes and Ronaldo goes to ground, but he's not really a dribbler anymore. We remember him in his early days now. He's still a phenomenal finisher, there's no doubt about that, but it's arguable he doesn't offer too much other than finishing at this moment in time.
N'Golo Conte, right-footed pass, lofted out to the right to Koundé, level with the edge of the Portuguese penalty area, plays in field to Camavinga. Camavinga to Koundé again, corner of the box. Camavinga's made a run for him ahead on the right. Pepe barges into him, wins the ball, but that is also going to be a free kick. Referee says that's a foul, and Pepe takes his anger out on the assistant referee.
Well, Pepe trying to referee the game. Don't think we've seen that before, have we? Over the years, it's a daft challenge. Camavinga going nowhere. Right-hand side of the pitch. Pepe bulldozes into the back of him. And now Griezmann over the ball, left-footed.
Yeah.
Swing this one in. And they're a sizable team, the French.
Griezmann licking his lips at the opportunity. The free kick is 7-8 yards up from the byline on the right. 3 or 4 little paces back, then strokes that free kick in towards the near post. Colomwani jumps, it's headed out of the penalty area, runs to Mbappe, flicks it round the corner. Bernardo Silva does well, saw where that was going, stuck with Theo Hernandez, then clears the ball dangerously back into midfield, and Tchouaméni is able to intercept for France. Upamecano gives it back to Tchouaméni, across to Camavinga, the 21-year-old. Now Koundé. Camavinga again. Portugal have every outfield player behind the ball, just trying to shepherd France away from goal. Conte makes a little dart forward, finds Mbappe, who's offside, so that will be a free kick to Portugal. 25 minutes in, Portugal 0, France 0, Spain 2, Germany 1 in the other quarter-final earlier on today. Reaction to both on the Football Daily podcast on the BBC Sounds app, and while you're there, please do check out the Rugby Union Daily Pod with Chris Jones from New Zealand. Daily episodes around this test series down there against the All Blacks, and as I said, commentary of the first test tomorrow morning on 5 Live from 8 o'clock in the morning. Vitinha, not seen too much of him in this game so far. Curling past the right, finds Cancelo, deliberates for a second, then plays back to Diaz, cross to Vitinha. Had a little spell at Wolves a few years ago online. Didn't see too much of him in the Premier League, but a real star now, on the ball at the moment. Little bounce to his step, plays it to Palhinha. Palhinha's low driven pass across field to the left, finds Leao on the first bounce. Leao fancies running at Koundé again. He's going to try and beat him on the outside for pace. Koundé sticks with him. Leao stands him up again. Little drag down to the byline in the box. Cut back to the near post, not behind, for yet another Portuguese corner. 0-0.
I'll tell you what, Koundé's having a nightmare against Leao. So direct, trying to set him up at times to come inside on that right foot, but drives the outside to the byline. Upamecano, really good position, level with the near post, makes the clearance.
Eyes on Cristiano Ronaldo once again, and Pepe lurking on the edge of the penalty area. Leao stands short, close to Bruno Fernandes for this corner. It's going to come in from the left. Fernandes goes short to Leao this time, moves to Leao's right. Leao's one-on-one with Griezmann, strokes a pass back to Bernardo Silva. Fernandes with a first-time cross in from the left, headed away by Saliba, hooked away by Colomwani, lay off from Mbappe. Mbappe gets into his stride, wants it back from Conte, makes the run down the inside right channel, goes screaming past Nuno Mendes. Mendes goes down, play continues. Mbappe's down to the byline, just pauses, plays it back to Griezmann, one touch, left-footed drive, hits Conte, comes back to Camavinga. Still a chance on here for France. Theo Hernandez, but that cross is blocked by Cancelo. Camavinga hits one, and it's miles off target. And that's been France's problem at the tournament, Chris. They get into decent positions, haven't really been able to do anything with it.
No, and the finishing has been woeful. I tell you what, though. Mendes, the Portuguese left back, is super quick, but Mbappe, I know, shoulder to shoulder, but he is taking yards out of him, isn't he? The man in the mask. He's so quick, the acceleration, blimey, but I think really got in positions where he's been able to really utilise his pace. France have looked more dangerous when they have countered.
Always remember you and I watching him in Kazan last 16 game where France beat Argentina, cracking game by 4 goals to 3. It's the first time I'd ever watched him live actually, but the pace which he's still got, he looks like he's flying across the turf, and Argentina couldn't deal with him that day. Here we are 6 years on, and Portugal might struggle as well. Kept him at bay so far tonight. Palhinha exchanging passes with Bernardo Silva just inside the Portuguese half. Left-footed ball to Pepe. Bruno Fernandes drops deep into his own half, points with his right hand. Doesn't see an option ahead of him. Back to Pepe. Looks to his right, uses Fernandes again. Bit of space here for Nuno Mendes on the left-hand side. Leao now makes the run ahead of him, just outside the box. Nice first touch to try and get it away from Upamecano. Down to the byline he goes, cross into the near post, and Maignan is able to flop on it and grab that quite easily, and quickly gets up, sprints to the edge of the box and rolls it out to the feet of Theo Hernandez. And I can see Griezmann in the middle of the pitch, who I've got to say has some of the most magnificent hair at this tournament. Chris Griezmann, I mean, he really does wear that well.
Yeah.
Mbappe, ball at his feet, wide on the left-hand side. Palhinha is struggling to deal with him this time. Little step over, Palhinha gets a foot in. and it goes out for a throw-in to France on the left. I liken it to a sort of George Michael in his pomp, wham, really sort of Buffon, bouncy, musketeer look about him, Griezmann.
Something which you may have been able to carry off in your younger days,
Back in the
Bruce?
day, Chris, back in the day. Conte to Tchouaméni. Here's Camavinga, low pass, Mbappe, clever ball, Kolo Muani, little run from Griezmann, still Kolo Muani. Pepe did really well to get his body in the way and stop him. Nuno Mendes took a knock there in a sort of melee on the edge of the box. He's just recovering from that. Vitinha is under pressure in the left-back position. Koundé and Conte hounding him, and eventually he's just been able to squirt the ball out for a throw into France on the right.
Pepe did brilliantly, didn't he? Old school defending, used his body brilliantly as Kolo Muani looked like it got him round him, but edged him out.
Ball towards Mbappe, thought about leaping, decided against it, and saw the figure of Diogo Costa moving in fast, the Portuguese keeper behind him, and I don't think fancied another smash in the face, despite the fact that that nose is protected by the mask out there. Free kick Portugal, halfway line. 15 minutes to play in the first half. Kind of game you were expecting, Chris, what we're seeing so far?
The kind of game I wasn't hoping for, really. It has been very, very cagey. I think France, you expected them to, at some stage in this competition, really spring into action, but they've been predictable, they've been pretty flat, and quite boring to watch. I mean, there's been the comparison with England, hasn't there? But their strength has been formidable defensively. It's been the key to them, but in an attacking sense offered nowhere near enough.
Where is the joie de vivre as Conte? First time ball back to Upamecano. Pauses for a second inside his own half. You can see across this immaculate pitch all the little marks where the players' boots have marked the turf. Footsteps all over the place, glistening under the floodlights tonight. Fernandes, a little poke pass to his left, finds Leao. He's a tall winger, Leao. He's a physical specimen, very impressive, difficult to deal with. Pepe, just on the halfway line, to Polina. Polina sees the space on the right, chip ball out there to Cancelo. Cancelo makes a little dart forward, then cuts infield, left-footed pass, easily intercepted by Hernandez. Lovely touch from Tchouaméni. Here come France. That's some of the silky stuff we wanted to see. And here's Griezmann with the long flowing luxurious locks out to Koundé. Griezmann gets it back again, 35 yards out. Koundé from the right, crossing towards the far post, glancing header, clever by Cancelo, heads it behind him, but look out, here's Mbappe, gets the ball at his feet on the right, takes on Bernardo Silva, strokes the pass back to Griezmann, immediately gives it back to Mbappe, right on the corner of that Portuguese penalty area. France attacking down the left. Tchouaméni, who of course scored that quarter-final goal against England in Qatar in France's 2-1 win in the World Cup. Conte up to the edge of the area, little run made by Koundé, doesn't use him, wide to Camavinga on the right. Camavinga, left-footed ball scooped into Griezmann. Oh, good first touch, nearly teed up the shot. Fernandes darted in, knocks it behind for a French corner.
Griezmann drifting into the box with Camavinga on the right-hand side, left-footed, feeds the ball into him just off the floor. Bruno Fernandes read the situation well, got behind. It's a French corner.
First corner of the game for France. Portugal have had 5 so far, not been able to do anything with them. French fans behind that goal to our right as Griezmann goes to the edge of the box with the corner. Not much pace on that to Koundé. Back to Griezmann, wide on the right. Cross with his right foot to the far post. Upamecano leaps and sort of acrobatically volleys a pass to Mbappe. Mbappe just outside the box on the left. Upamecano, low ball to Camavinga, central position. Ronaldo comes hurtling towards him. Saliba plays the pass to the left to Tchouaméni. Very patient from France at the moment. 11 minutes remaining in the first half, still 0-0. Camavinga, edge of the box, little trick, forced away from goal. Koundé's there on his right-hand side if he wants him. Just so congested around the edge of that Portuguese penalty area. And Mendes gobbles that one up, that pass forward. Tries to get past Griezmann, tackle, throw in. For Portugal in the left-back position, Chris Sutton.
They've been really poor, haven't they? France in the final third. All tournament. And this French team, attacking sense, and all the stats. Expected more from them. They're looking for moments of brilliance, not really combining well.
Fernandes, lofted ball over the top to Cristiano Ronaldo. Saliba's got it covered, gets his body in the way. Ronaldo battling with him. Great defending from Saliba. Holds him off, turns, plays it out to Conte.
See, that's a problem. Ronaldo just doesn't have the pace anymore. Saliba got back, used his body well, turned him, and that's where, there's the argument. Should Roberto Martinez have started another centre forward?
Yeah, Jota's there, Gonzalo Ramos is there. This is Camavinga for France, white shirt, attacking the goal away to our right. Tchouaméni on the ball, a little bit more urgency and pace about this move. Griezmann dribbling forward, Koundé's low ball into the box. Pepe is there in the right place. Clearance hits the back of Griezmann's head. Lovely first touch from Bernardo Silva. Weaves his way out of trouble, edge of the box. Comes back to Pepe again. Right-footed touch, plays it on his left foot. Then spots Bruno Fernandes in the left back position. Fizzes one forward. Tchouaméni intercepts, and it goes out for a throw into Portugal, which Nuno Mendes gets ready to take. So 10 minutes left in the first half. Portugal 0, France 0. Spain 2, Germany 1 earlier on today, and 2 more quarterfinals tomorrow. England, Switzerland at 5 o'clock. Netherlands, Turkey at 8 o'clock, and Chris will be taking the calls on 6:06 later in the evening, so that you can have your say on whatever pans out in the England-Switzerland quarter-final. One of those games like tonight, you can use that Euro 2024 extra option on the BBC iPlayer as well. Sync the 5 live commentary with the BBC pictures. Vitinha, low pass to Cancelo. Bruno Fernandes making a couple of different runs there, doesn't get the ball. Vitinha pops up in space, that's clever. Right-hand side, Bernardo Silva. Saliba just shuts it down, comes across, wins the ball, plays it to Maignan, and Maignan clears with his left foot. That won't go out of play. Cancelo's going to let it bounce just inside the French half and take control for Portugal again. At half-time, Chris, I'm going to look up the German word for cagey, just so we've got that in the locker, because that is exactly what this has been. Polinia to Silva, back heel, Cancelo, great cross across the face of goal, but Ronaldo had dropped deeper. Leao can't get on the end of it. France bring it away.
Ronaldo stood on the penalty spot, he waves his arms. A proactive Ronaldo finishes that, he's on his heels. Got to make a movement. There was a wonderful ball in across the 6-yard line.
Here comes France. Theo Hernandez immediately gives it to Mbappe wide on the left, dummies the cross with the left foot. Ball on his right foot now, switch pass, rolls harmlessly away for a goal kick.
Banged on about the lack of quality. Mbappe there tries a little reverse ball, goes out to play. They are just not on the same wavelength, the French. If they were playing in the back garden, Bruce, I would close the curtains.
Les rideaux, I think they are, curtains in French, yeah. And cagey in German is vorsichtig. Vorsichtig, so this is sehr vorsichtig, this spiel at the moment. Loving our time in Germany on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. 1, 2, 3, there's only 5 games to go after this one, Chris, in the Euros.
But do you know what? Big chance that for Portugal. The cross from the right-hand side. Ronaldo just did not move. Is moving now.
Yeah, on the ball, holds off Camavinga, gives it to Leao. Challenge on Leao, goes out for a throw into France on the left.
My beef with playing Ronaldo all the time is you have to be so exact. You have to play to him, and that's the issue. When you look at other players who can play in that centre-forward position, Gonzalo Ramos, Jota, who you've talked about.
Yeah.
Joao Felix, who's I don't know, number 9, but surely they'd offer this Portuguese team more. But I think Ronaldo's basically manager of the team, isn't he?
But you know what's going to happen, don't you, tonight, with saying all that?
Yeah, I'm setting myself up.
Yeah, absolutely you are. Bernardo Silva plays the ball to the right. Clever run forward, gets it again from Cancelo, stands the cross up over Leao, over Ronaldo, and away come France. And the quality on the final ball from both teams tonight has not been very good so far. We had the stinging shot from range that Diogo Costa was able to save when it was straight at him. Here come France down the left. Theo Hernandez plays to Tchouaméni in his orange boots. Conte to Griezmann, back to Tchouaméni. Portuguese defence sitting on the edge of their own penalty area. Here's Tchouaméni. Floated pass out to the right to Koundé, clever cross outside of his right foot. Pepe reads it, heads it away, falls to Ronaldo, 10 yards outside his own box, plays it back to Bruno Fernandes, forward to Leao. Immediately Upamecano breathing down his neck. Leao plays back to Pepe. Pepe slows it up for a second, then chips the ball to his right. Cancelo brings it down on his chest. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Ronaldo makes a run through the middle. They look for him, headed away by Saliba. Nice and easy for the French centre-backs to deal with that. Now Bruno Fernandes on the left, works it onto his right foot, edge of the box, plays it to Vitinha. Little run forward, Vitinha looking for Bruno Fernandes again. Camavinga does well to intercept that pass. Kolo Muani has lost it on the edge of the box and then clumsily brings Vitinha down. It's free kick time for Portugal. It's 25 yards from goal. Could be Cristiano Ronaldo's moment.
This will be interesting to see. Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo having the chat. I think it's been written off by a lot of people regarding his free kicks. You wouldn't put it past him, would you?
Well,
perfect distance.
Yes, I agree, Chris. I agree. 25 yards out. Yeah, he's doing the classic setup Cristiano Ronaldo. Pure theatre as it always is, although Fernandes also stepping back from the ball as if he might strike it. So there's a little decoy option here. Jose Font, former Portuguese international, told us before this game that if you went up to Ronaldo and said to him, "Can I take this one?" he'd happily step aside. But you never know, Fernandes might just whip this one over the wall and into the top corner, and Portugal have a 3-man wall in front of the white-shirted 5-man French wall. Whistle blows. Bruno Fernandes, it will be with his right foot, and that is off target and behind for the goal.
He's got to let Ronaldo take that, Bruce.
Poor decision.
What's your money on the next one? Ronaldo must be.
High and wide from Bruno Fernandes.
He's probably felt the pressure, hasn't he? Ronaldo breathing down his neck.
Yeah. Maignan, that was a little back pass from Saliba that nearly didn't get to him. Slaps it away with his left foot under pressure from Bernardo Silva. Ruben Diaz heads it out. So the stat on Ronaldo is, Chris, not scored with his last 28 shots in major tournament football across his last 8 games. Now then, Bruno Fernandes gone down holding his face. Clash with Tchouaméni.
Well, he's holding his right hip, I think.
And wiping sweat from his face. That was the face bit I was concentrating on there. And the side of his head. I don't know what happened there.
Maybe just got a bit of sweat in his eyes.
Can sting, Chris. Definitely if you've got the sun cream in the eyes, that really stings. Camavinga's ball back to Saliba. Saliba across to Upamecano. Couple of minutes left in the first half. That's poor quality.
That's a ball from Upamecano trying to clip the ball into the channel. Kolo Muani. If you saw that on a Sunday morning, you'd think that was a bad ball.
Curtains remain closed in Chris Sutton's front room at the moment, with Portugal-France playing out a Euros quarter-final in the back garden. Portugal 0, France 0. Hernandez volleys the ball forward. Mbappe. Polinia just backs off him, halfway line. Pass to Griezmann. Played back here to Tchouaméni. Camavinga in space in the inside right channel. Lets the ball run across him to Koundé. Koundé challenged by Leao. I don't think there was too much wrong with that. Referee and assistant referee agreed. Michael Oliver and the English team out there on field. Bruno Fernandes, little turn to try and get away from Tchouaméni. Not with the pace to get past him. Tchouaméni slides in. Ronaldo comes back to help out. Good quick feet from Ronaldo to keep the ball. Scoop pass back from Leao. Portugal have it inside their own half with Nuno Mendes. And it remains vorsichtig, but I'll tell you what, your friend on the right, commentating for Portuguese television, getting very animated at the moment. Cancelo brings the ball forward. Bernardo Silva nearly went running past him and left the ball behind. Polinia, Leao's in a bit of space here on the left-hand side. Not much pace on the pass though, so by the time it gets to him, French defenders are there. Here's Vitinha, last minute of the first half. Short pass to Mendes, across to Leao. Leao's got Koundé in front of him, just dummies as if he's going to head for the byline. Mendes plays forward to Fernandes for Portugal. Back to Vitinha. Vitinha, scoop pass, trying something clever into the box. It goes, bounces once. And Mike Maignan, Magic Mike, collects a France.
Magic Mike?
Yeah, apparently that's his nickname.
Is it?
Chris, yeah. Can't give you any more on that. It's just what I read. AC Milan goalkeeper replaced Gianluigi Donnarumma. 3 years ago and has now replaced Hugo Lloris as France's first choice goalkeeper. Antoine Griezmann this evening, by the way, equaling a French record of major tournament appearances, level now with Hugo Lloris, 35th at major tournaments for him. Camavinga on the ball, Ronaldo is there. And there we go, half-time whistle blows. No added time at the end of the first half. Upamecano smashes the ball away in frustration. Not a massive amount to write home about there, Chris, but make your summation entertaining.
I think that's an understatement. What's frustrating is we rocked up today in Hamburg thinking that both teams were going to suddenly spring to life in this tournament. Talked about the world-class players on show. This first half has been absolutely turgid. I don't know what turgid is in German or French or Portuguese, but it has been. I mean, there's so much at stake. We know that. We build as Ronaldo against Mbappe, but both sets of teams, they have been so flat. The good thing is it has to get better in the second half, doesn't it?
Spain-Germany was sort of similar earlier on this afternoon. Dani Olmo scored early in the second half and that game completely opened up. But so far not great in terms of the quality. But Kelly Cates, I think it's kind of the game that we were expecting. We set it up and it's playing out in that fashion at the moment. Portugal 0, France 0. Thank you, Kelly. Welcome back, everyone, to the Volkspark Stadion here in Hamburg. Did you know, Chris, it is the northerlymost venue of all the host cities at this tournament, Hamburg, in the country?
I wasn't sure of that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Thank you for that.
You had a little wander around earlier on today. I know you love your sites and your history and your finding out about cities and places, don't you?
Yeah, well, Kelly kindly took me on a tour of the city. It was nice to see somebody else use their maps appallingly and go up and down streets like I do most of the time. But no, really interesting place actually. Got some beautiful churches, 2,500 odd bridges, Bruce, which is I think it's more than Venice, Amsterdam and London put together.
There we go. Learn something every day. Portugal are out on the field. France have been waiting for them. France in the white shirts with the blue pin striped blue shorts and white socks, and Portugal in their bright red shirts, green shorts, and the red socks with the green trim. Bernardo Silva and Kylian Mbappe just share a little embrace and chat.
Come on.
No, you're not having
you. Hug the opposition. Bruce, this is a game that's... Come on.
We need something better from Portugal and France in the second half. Winners will play Spain in the semi-final in Munich on Tuesday. We are in the home ground of Hamburg, or Hamburger SV to give them their full name. European Cup winners back in '83. The team that lost to Nottingham Forest actually in the final in 1980 when Kevin Keegan was in the side. Good stadium, keeps the noise in, deserves a better game of football this evening, needs a goal to open it up like that first quarter-final this afternoon. Neither manager has made a change at half-time, and I'll run you through the full lineups again in just a second. Portugal defending the goal away to our left. Play the ball down the left towards Leao, who tries to hold off Koundé. Goes down, doesn't win the free kick. Griezmann plays the ball back to Camavinga. Camavinga's lost it inside the Portuguese half, gets involved in a wrestling match over there on the left-hand side, and Palhinha is eventually dragged to the floor and Portugal get the free kick.
Yeah, I think in the first half, both sides, they seem to, this might be unfair, but just play within themselves. There's so much, you feel there's so much more that both sides can give. I don't know whether it's being overly cautious. That's a criticism, I think, levelled at France throughout this tournament. But if you look at some of the forward players, Mbappe, Griezmann, I'd expect far more combination play, link-up, understanding in the final third.
Ronaldo stretching for a ball just inside the French half on the left. Referee Michael Oliver spotted an infringement before that. Nuno Mendes was caught, so there'll be a Portugal free kick. They've got Diogo Costa in goal, Cancelo, Diaz, Pepe, Nuno Mendes back four, Vitinha and Palhinha in front of them, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes and Rafael Leao, with Cristiano Ronaldo, the captain, up top. Fernandes plays back to Vitinha inside the French half, quickly moves the ball to the right, swerving past, chested down by Cancelo, runs away from N'Golo Kanté and plays back to Pepe on the halfway line. Across it comes to Nuno Mendes on the left, wide it goes to Leao. Colomouani comes back to help out again. Leao lays it off though to Bernardo Silva. He gets a high cross into the far post, and Theo Hernandez just chests it back to his goalkeeper Maignan. Ronaldo was interested for half a second there, but wasn't going to get to it.
Yeah, that threat which we saw at times in the first half, down the Portuguese left-hand side, the French right, working well. Leao and Mendes all stood up though. Lots of height on the cross, and Hernandez cool as you like.
Upamecano charging forward for France, plays the ball to Koundé on the right. Camavinga rolls it to the feet of Griezmann. Griezmann just leaps in the air as he curls a left-footed ball to Hernandez. Griezmann gets it again, loose touch on the edge of the box, goes down, and Portugal able to come on the counter. Vitinha's going to try and do it on his own, drives up to the halfway line, couldn't get the pass away. Camavinga intercepts for France.
He did brilliantly, Camavinga. Looked like Vitinha was breaking beyond him, but he got back in a crucial challenge. I've got to say though, Ronaldo should have been sprinting forward and making a movement for him. Just stood in the centre circle.
Mbappe outside of his right foot finds Conte. Mbappe's moved into the middle. Conte with a little miscontrol. Tchouaméni rescues the situation, finds Conte again, plays back to Camavinga, threads one through down the inside left channel. Cancelo reads it, sliding challenge, good tackle on Hernandez, got the ball cleanly. Hernandez is off the pitch and has gone down hurt. He's now rolling back onto the pitch. Portugal have given the ball away. France continue to attack. Colomouani looking for Griezmann on the edge of the box, volleyed away, and that'll be a French throw.
The challenge from Cancelo was fine, went to ground, won the ball. Hernandez went over, he's surprise, back on his feet.
Yeah, game back underway. Portugal 0, France 0. 4 minutes gone, second half, live on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Ahead of a fabulous sporting weekend for you. Mbappe, corner of the penalty area, drives forward, right-footed shot straight at Costa, hit it well, straight at the goalkeeper, who made a very comfortable save.
Great change of pace though. There you are, Mbappe on that left-hand side, quick give and go.
Ronaldo plays it down the left for Leao. Easy for Koundé to nip in and make the tackle. Ronaldo, a bit of urgency, runs to the side of the pitch and takes the throw quickly. France have Maignan in goal. Koundé, Upamecano, Saliba and Theo Hernandez back four. Tchouaméni, Conte, Camavinga in for the suspended Rabiot, and Griezmann in support of Colomouani and the captain Kylian Mbappe. Now here's Nuno Mendes, gets into space on the left. Upamecano, now did he catch him? I don't think he did, and Mendes knows he didn't catch him. He thought about going down, decided not to.
He did go down, didn't he? That burst from Mendes, and he went down on one knee. I think he should be booked, Bruce.
Do you?
I really do, yeah.
He was moving at speed into the penalty area. Upamecano came in and made the challenge, wasn't going to get there, stepped away. Yeah, he throws himself, doesn't he? Yeah, you're right. Here's Mbappe again, that little burst of pace from him. This time the tackle comes in from Cancelo. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Tchouaméni, low pass into Griezmann, back to goal, lays it off to Conte, cut back, looking for Mbappe on the edge of the box. That's blocked by the Portuguese defence. Griezmann plays it back to Tchouaméni, 25 yards out, hit that well with his right foot, straight to the legs though of Palhinha. Ronaldo onto the ball, back to Bruno Fernandes, who fires it downfield on the diagonal. Leao was interested for a second, but there's too much on it, and Maignan was able to race across and collect it for France and keep the ball in play and get them moving from inside their own half. Portugal 0, France 0, 5 o'clock tomorrow. As the ball is played forward towards Mbappe, Diaz heads it up in the air, second header from Pepe. Conte spies an opportunity, runs in, controls it, plays it to Griezmann. Griezmann to Koundé. Griezmann again, 40 yards out in a central position. Now Camavinga gets on the ball, getting a little bit closer to goal, up to the edge of the penalty area. Hernandez plays it back to Conte, looking for that threaded ball in. Hernandez there's the cross, just beyond Colomouani at the far post. Koundé collects it, drives a cut back towards Mbappe, couldn't find him, and then Bruno Fernandes is able to clear on the turn. Ronaldo chases, he won't get to that, and France play back to Maignan.
That was better though from France. Hernandez, the ball to him, got to the byline, just overhit the cross.
Hernandez again in space on the left for France, into the feet of Mbappe. His layoff goes slightly astray, but Tchouaméni is there. Tchouaméni drives the diagonal across to Koundé, chests it down, cross into the far post, beats Costa, beats everyone. Mbappe stretches, can't keep it in play, and it goes out for a throw into Portugal in the right back position. Yes, 5 o'clock tomorrow, England, Switzerland. Full commentary here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. And as I said in the first half, you can have that 5 Live commentary with the BBC TV pictures tomorrow. The game is on BBC One, but you go via the iPlayer and you use the Euro 2024 extra option, and you can have the 5 Live commentary. Netherlands, Turkey are final quarter-final in full tomorrow night from Berlin. Kicks off at 8. Hernandez gives the ball away inside the Portuguese half. Coutinho finds Bernardo Silva, who slices a pass right across the face of his own penalty area. Nuno Mendes does him a favour, races back to keep the ball in play. Pepe drops deep on the byline behind him. He's going to use Pepe here. You were saying at half-time, Chris, about the possibility of Mbappe maybe trying to play on Pepe a bit.
Because Pepe, the great defender which he is not as mobile as he once was, and Mbappe, we know he likes that left-hand channel to come inside on his right foot. We saw him get a shot off, but if he deals on Pepe and gets the service, then Portugal will be in a bit of trouble.
Ronaldo wide on the left, feeds Leao, Upamecano charging in, wins the ball, throw in for Portugal, attacking position. 8 minutes gone in the second half. First quarter-final today, of course, went to extra time. Florian Wirtz with the 89th minute equaliser. They took it into extra time, and the winner came about a minute before they were heading for penalties. Mikel Merino with the header for Spain. Spain awaiting the winners of this one in Munich on Tuesday in the semi-final. Bruno Fernandes walking over to take a corner for Portugal early in the second half. Portugal attacking the goal away to our right. That's the French end of the stadium. Tricolore still flying furiously behind that goal as Bruno Fernandes pauses. Delivers with his right foot deep. Bernardo Silva nods it down. Blocked by Mbappe, who's taken a knock in the face. Play continues. Maignan jumps, stretches, punches the ball away. Mbappe is hurt on his back inside the French box. Play continues at the moment. And now France on the break. They could do with Mbappe here, but he's not involved. Griezmann streaking away up towards the halfway line. Kolo Muani on his right-hand side, and Griezmann doesn't get the contact on the pass. He thinks he should have had a free kick, and the referee eventually stops the game. With Mbappe down, the mask is off, Chris. He's taken a whack to the face. That is going to be very, very sore.
Yeah, Michael Oliver, the yellow card actually slipped out of his pocket. I actually thought there was a tug on Griezmann. Didn't get the right connection on the pass, and this is a worry for Didier Deschamps. His go-to man, his danger man. Taking a sore one.
Oh, is it the ball? It's the ball, isn't it? Oh. It must be contact and mask on the injury, mustn't it, Chris? That's the thing, you can wear the protective mask. Bernardo Silva's headers hit him in the face, and the impact of that on the mask onto the nose means that we've got a stricken Kylian Mbappe down away to our right-hand side, receiving treatment. So Portugal 0, France 0, 10 minutes gone in the second half, and we're just getting a replay as well of what Chris had spotted there. Michael Oliver's yellow card falling out of his pocket. Coutinho returns it to him. That was the one back in the day, wasn't it? Paul Gascoigne did that. Did he pick up a yellow card and showed the ref the yellow card?
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
And then got booked for doing it, didn't he? Some of the former French internationals here watching the game. Robert Pires, I can see there. Christian Carambou, Luis Figo of Portugal is there. Marcel Desailly watching the game tonight. Your roommate as well, Chris, former roommate. The manager, Didier Deschamps.
Yep.
Did you
used to have bunk beds?
Did you?
No, we couldn't.
I love that image. I love that image.
Come on, you're better than that, Bruce.
Yeah. Was he good fun?
Yeah, we had a right laugh. No, we used to play cards in a pair, and we used to play pairs myself. Didier Deschamps, Dennis Wise, Gianfranco Zola, and he was my partner, and he used to tut when I played a card which he didn't like on the same team.
Disapproving tut from the World Cup winner, Champions League winner, European Championship winner.
That's Didier Deschamps.
Yes. Yeah. Mbappe's back on the field. That's good news for France. Good news for the game, we hope, as well. Looking for this to spark into life. 11 minutes gone in the second half. Heavy cloud above us here in Hamburg. Leao on the dribble, scoops across in towards the far post. Ronaldo's not getting anywhere near that. Throws his arms up in frustration, then turns and claps and applauds and encourages. And Maignan goes running to collect the ball.
And in fairness to Ronaldo, giving him a bit of criticism with his lack of movement tonight, he hasn't had a great deal of service, you know. Portugal have got into the final third.
Conte trying to control the ball on the halfway line from Upamecano's pass. It gets away from him. Portugal have possession inside their own half, and Ruben Dias, right-footed ball with the instep across to Pepe. Pepe goes wide left to Nuno Mendes, down the line, misplaced pass, didn't find Leao. Camavinga forward to Griezmann. France on the move forward on the right. Koundé, two red-shirted defenders in front of him. Kolo Muani caught offside, free kick for Portugal. Kolo Muani was the one who was closest to getting onto that low ball across the face of the Portuguese goal. He was the one, of course, who came on and created the own goal in the last 16 win against Belgium, scored in the World Cup semi-final in Qatar against Morocco, came on in the final actually and won the penalty as well, and he was the one, if you remember, who had the great chance right at the end of extra time and couldn't beat Emi Martinez in the one-on-one. Vitinha, not enough on that for Bruno Fernandes. Portugal are going to get away with it. Fernandes makes the tackle and Vitinha rescues the situation. 13 minutes gone.
I mean, you could argue with Portugal, with their goalkeeper, who is an incredible penalty kick saver, that they're looking for penalties already.
Do you think?
No.
Fernandes.
But they've really thrown bodies forward, have they?
No, neither team has really.
They haven't risked at all.
Polina plays the Pepe inside his own half. Scoop pass to the left, Nuno Mendes chests it down. Now Leao is able to get away from Camavinga, uses the pace into the box, still going, pokes it towards Maignan, and it's blocked by Maignan and goes behind for the corner to Portugal.
I'll tell you what, he does brilliantly again. He made a challenge, different area of the pitch at the start of the second half, but Vitinha got beyond him. Leao this time driving from that left-hand side, looked like he was past him. But he got back and made the challenge.
Yeah. I thought it was a Maignan block at the near post. It wasn't. Camavinga did really well to get a foot in there. Played almost an hour. Portugal 0, France 0. Another Portuguese corner. Bruno Fernandes will take this again. Swinging it in from the left-hand side. Ball is loose, edge of the box. Bernardo Silva just lays it back to Mendes. Uses Bernardo Silva again. He's forced away from goal, back towards the halfway line, but is able to turn as Koundé steps off him. Now the ball is played to Ruben Dias. Polina steps in to pick up the running for Portugal. Vitinha, ball over the top here. Bruno Fernandes makes the run. Koundé have it covered, blocks him off, and Maignan makes the catch.
It's a good run from Bruno Fernandes, but Magic Mike made the move.
Ball forward intercepted by Nuno Mendes for Portugal. Vitinha battling away with Tchouameni. Tchouameni just over-eager in the challenge, has grabbed his left shoulder, knocked him to the floor, so that'll be a free kick for Portugal, which they will take inside their own half. Half an hour left of the 90. As I said right at the start of the game, the big knockout games down the years in the major tournaments between Portugal and France quite often go to extra time. Bruno Fernandes with a chance, Maignan with the save, down to his right-hand side. Bruno Fernandes was suddenly free, played in the inside right channel, went for the far corner, didn't quite get it to the corner, and there's a curling effort from Cancelo, which is just wide of Maignan's right-hand post. That is a bit more like it.
Yeah, I've got to say, the save was brilliant from the French goalkeeper. Maignan down to his right-hand side, outside of the right boot, the pass from Cancelo. Bruno Fernandes makes a run inside the box, right-hand side is 8 yards out. Maignan anticipates it brilliantly, down full stretch, big right hand, keeps it out. How crucial could that be?
Big right hand Mike, he's known as, Chris, you know. Saliba for France, playing the ball across the back four to Upamecano. Closest we've come to a goal in the game, that brilliant save by Maignan, who's in dazzling yellow away to our right. White underside of the roofs above our heads, all lit up in colours of the Euros, green, blue, red, yellows all around as Tchouameni brings the ball forward for France, across the halfway line. Mbappe plays it back to him, starts a run, Tchouameni lobs it forward, Hernandez keeps it in play for France on the left. Finds Mbappe, corner of the Portuguese penalty area, Cancelo right in his face. Plays it back to Conte. Conte, tackled by Pellegrini, but the ball runs to Saliba. Fires it quickly to Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni's 25 yards out. That's awful, awful, awful. Nearly hits the corner flag. Slices it terribly, but it does go behind for the goal kick. Let's get an evening update from Wimbledon from our tennis correspondent Russell Fuller.
All over Ali because of a rapid win for the world number one Yannick Sinner. 6-1, 6-4, 6-2 against Miomir Kecmanovic in an hour and 36 minutes, and he joins the likes of Carlos Alcaraz, Coco Gauff and Emma Raducanu in the last 16.
Yes, heard that earlier on today on 5 Live. Emma Raducanu through to the last 16 as Leao is on the ball for Portugal here. Low pass. Oh, Maignan with the save again. Ball still not clear. Ronaldo tries the back heel. Maignan blocks. Ronaldo goes down. Claims he was caught by Maignan, but it's given as a corner. And suddenly, Mike Maignan, the French keeper, is a central figure in this game.
Well, he's kept France in it. Brilliant from Leao, the spot from Vitinha, who popped the ball out initially left-hand side. He follows the run on. Maignan makes a save from point-blank range, and then Ronaldo tries to backheel it in with the follow-up. Vitinha, right-footed, lets the ball run across his body, hits the target. He must think he scored. It's Maignan in the mid-drift. Ronaldo cannot finish it off.
Yeah, I just wonder whether the last touch as well after Maignan made the save came off Ronaldo.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think this should be a corner. France will not be best pleased if this ends up in the back of the net, but suddenly Portugal offering a threat, and Maignan has made 2 fabulous saves. 18 minutes gone, second half, 0-0. Fernandes with the corner, headed away this time by Saliba. Leao uses his strength just to muscle Conte off the ball, plays it back here to Nuno Mendes. Wimbledon coverage starts again tomorrow at midday, but full commentary in the morning. Kick-off at 8:05. First test between England and New Zealand in the Rugby Union. Chris Jones and the team live from Dunedin, so don't miss that. Pepe to Vitinha on the halfway line, who, as Chris says, probably thought he'd scored. Great contact on the ball from the cutback and just thudded Maignan in the chest. Here's Vitinha, just looking for options. Bounced off it by Kolo Muani, so has to play back to Ruben Dias inside his own half. And Bernardo Silva is there. Little pass from Dias across to Pellegrini. Now Cancelo just inside the French half on the right. Uses Vitinha. Vitinha rolls it across the halfway line to Bernardo Silva. So 20 minutes gone in the second half. Still Portugal 0, France 0. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. 2 more quarterfinals coming your way tomorrow, including the big one for England against Switzerland, live from Dusseldorf. It kicks off at 5 o'clock. Nuno Mendes back to Vitinha. Vitinha in the inside left channel brings the ball in field, finds Pellegrini. Pellegrini spins and chips a pass onto the chest of Cancelo. Cancelo to Bernardo Silva on the right. Silva stands still, prods it forward towards Dias, who was challenging for that on the edge of the box. Nuno Mendes nips in and wins it. Thought about another dive there as a leg came out to challenge him. Decided against it. Suddenly France may have a chance on the counter here, but Griezmann's pass is behind Kolo Muani, and he has to turn and very quickly race across to keep the ball in play wide on the right. Leao back, thinks about making a challenge. Koundé with the 1-2. Kolo Muani! Oh, the shot's deflected and wide! I was convinced that was heading for the far corner. Kolo Muani's strike, blocked by Ruben Dias. It remains 0-0.
Well, he's got to compose himself there, Muani. It's actually Dias who gets back and makes the block. It goes agonisingly wide of the far post. He does brilliantly initially, keeps the ball in on the right-hand side, on the byline, plays a brilliant 1-2 with Koundé, and as the ball bounces, he must think, hit the target, I've scored, but Dias from nowhere slides across, and it goes 1 inch or 2 wide of the far post.
First change for France. Corner is taken. Griezmann is off. Dembele is on. Theo Hernandez on the left. Curling ball into the box. Headed away by Pepe. All of a sudden, a few chances coming in the game, but yet to get the breakthrough. Koundé assesses his options. Plays the ball forward to Dembele. Lays it off, and Dembele now is working his way over to the right-hand side of the field. That's where Mbappe is as well at the moment. Upamecano strokes a pass out to Dembele. Runs towards Bernardo Silva, edge of the box, still going, forced away from goal. Chops it back onto his right foot, then tries to fire a pass through to Colomouani, cleared by Portugal. Dembele looks a threat though as soon as he's come on. Good ball. Mbappe hits the shot, blocked by Mendes, spins up in the air, and Diogo Costa has kept it in play down by the byline.
Mendes does so well. Ball fists into Mbappe on that right-hand side, right-hand channel inside the box. Lets the ball run across his body, and he has that dynamism to get away from Mendes. You think this ball may nestle in the back of the net, but Mendes throws himself in front of the ball. It's a brilliant block.
Opportunities starting to present themselves 3/4 of the way through the game, through the 90 minutes, maybe not the entire game. If we're going to be officially accurate, Polinia playing the ball across to Pepe. Pepe to Nuno Mendes inside the Portuguese half. Back to Pepe it comes. Pepe uses Polinia again. His low pass finds Ruben Dias. Dias with the brilliant block on Colomouani. Nuno Mendes then with the block on Mbappe. Maignan 2 saves at the other end. Here's Bruno Fernandes getting on the ball deep inside his own half. Back to Dias. So much quality out on this field. Everywhere you look, world-class footballers. Still 0-0, but signs of a game potentially coming to life. High crossfield pass. Leao jumps with Koundé. Koundé wins the header, and it goes out for a throw into Portugal on the left. Spain waiting in the semi-final. Last major knockout games for these two versus Spain, both at Euro 2012. Famous one for Portugal actually, which they won't want to remember. Semi-final, they lost it on penalties. They left the last penalty to Cristiano Ronaldo, and he never got to take it because they missed 2 before that. France's last major knockout game, they lost to Spain in the quarterfinals at Euro 2012. One of these two will face Spain in Munich on Tuesday, if Spain have got any players left for the game.
That's a good point. That went deep, didn't it? That went late and all the way.
Pepe plays to Mendes on the left-hand side. All the reaction to today's quarterfinals in the Football Daily podcast on the BBC Sounds app as Silva finds Leao. 2 white-shirted French players in front of him, Koundé and Conte. Leao knocks it past Koundé, heads for the byline, cut back into the box. Camavinga stretches. Fernandes wanted that to drop for him on the volley. It didn't. Chested down by Conte. Conte runs away with the ball. Endless supplies of energy, as always, from the little French midfielder as Koundé floats a pass to the left, sees the space for Hernandez. Hernandez comes trotting forward with the ball in his purple boots, rolls it off to Camavinga, picks up the pace, darts infield, looks here for Colomouani, quickly shifts it to the right-hand side. Dembele, left-footed cut back into the box, now the right-footed cross, might fall, Camavinga, oh, just wide, cross the face of goal, what a chance, it's another one that goes begging.
Oh, he's got to score, Camavinga. Dembele on the right. We know he likes to come in on his left foot, but drives the outside past Mendes. Pepe goes out to engage him, and the cross actually hits Pepe but falls to Camavinga on the corner of the 6-yard box, and somehow right-footed he pulls the ball past the far post. Big chances, both teams not taking them.
1 goal for his country, Eduardo Camavinga. This is 20th cap tonight. It came on his debut as a 17-year-old against Ukraine. What a chance to add to the tally tonight. 20 minutes away plus added time from extra time here in Hamburg this evening. I think Portugal might be thinking about changes as well here. Portugal 0, France 0.
I think Dembele's a good substitution for France as a ball carrier off that right-hand side. Just wonder about him going back the other way against Mendes, but Didier Deschamps gambling a little bit. They've got to offer more going forward.
That's a good ball from Dembele to find Hernandez on the left-hand side. Makes ground up to the edge of the Portuguese penalty area. Pass back to Camavinga. Then Tchouameni across to Conte. Portugal dropping deep to defend here at the moment. Koundé, measured pass to the right. Finds Dembele again. Runs being made in the middle by Colomouani and Mbappe. Cleared by Portugal. Ronaldo can't win it though. Tchouameni comes jogging back towards the halfway line. Players just steeling themselves here, slowing it down, taking a breath, getting ready for a big final 20 minutes of this 90. Nelson Semedo stripped off and ready to go for Portugal. Camavinga Plays to Hernandez on the left, inside the Portuguese half, back to Camavinga. Mbappe buzzing about, making moves, just in between Portugal's backline and midfield. Hernandez, arcing run he makes from the left-hand side into central midfield, plays back to Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni, skidding pass out to the right, finds Dembele. Dembele runs at the out, skins him, right-footed cross. Pepe's there to block it at the near post, and it goes out for a throw into France.
Using all his years of experience there, Pepe. That near post space position, good from Dembele. Once again driving the outside.
Francisco Conceição waiting to come on for Portugal as well, the 21-year-old. Speedy little winger with a trick or two in his book, getting some instructions at the moment from Roberto Martinez. They had 3 major tournaments with Belgium, of course. World Cup semi-finals they reached, Russia 2018. Lost to France. Quarterfinals Euro 2020, out in the group stages in Qatar. Here he is in a quarterfinal with Portugal. Koundé to his right. Dembele's look really dangerous. Slides the pass in, doesn't find Tchouaméni. Second effort, volley cross comes into the box. Dembele's just eased off the ball, cleared away by Leao. Up in the air it goes, and Saliba nods it down here to Upamecano, who just backpedals into his own half, gets into the right position to play the pass to his right. Forward from Tchouaméni. Dembele again, Koundé on his outside. Dembele goes inside, left-footed curler, wide, and behind for the goal kick. And judging by Diogo Costa's reaction, I think he knew that was probably heading wide. Could be wrong.
Yeah, but mentioned the first couple of times Dembele, and he's got the ball. Ooh, it just hits the frame of the goal. Just skims the post. It's a brilliant effort. So he's always trying to set the fullback up there, driving the outside on his right foot, crossing the ball in. Then he comes inside there, and I tell you what,
Bruno Fernandes is coming off for Portugal. That surprises me. Semedo on for Cancelo, that's like for like at right back. Conceição on for Bruno Fernandes.
yeah,
Big call.
it's an interesting one. Guess who stays on?
Yep, Cristiano Ronaldo. And we think it might be written in the stars for him tonight. But we've said that before. Who knows, actually? Portugal go out this evening. There's the possibility we might not see him in major tournament football again. 41 in 2 years' time.
You'll be saying that in 4 years.
Do you think so? 43 years old Ronaldo playing at the Euros. Could well be. Still 0-0. Chris Sutton with us here in Hamburg. England, Switzerland tomorrow in the quarterfinals. 5 o'clock kick-off UK time, live from Düsseldorf. John Murray with the team for the commentary. And here's Bernardo Silva on the ball inside his own half for Portugal. Suddenly a bit of noise from the French fans away to our right. That's got the Portuguese fans going to our left. Palhinha plays it out to the right to Semedo. Semedo to Conceição, so the two substitutes for Portugal combined. Conceição, I'll tell you what, Chris, actually he's one who could easily feature in the simulation game now and again. Oh, Conceição, he doesn't mind chucking himself about a bit. I've seen it already in this tournament. Mbappe's in front of him. Conceição plays it to Vitinha and fires a pass into midfield. Bernardo Silva in the centre circle, back to Pepe. Just seeing the news on my left here, Burnley have confirmed the appointment of Scott Parker as their new manager, 3-year deal. So Scott Parker, the new boss of Burnley, in the Championship next season, following relegation as Palhinha turns on the ball just inside the French half. 1-2 with Bernardo Silva. Across it comes to Diaz. Semedo hugging the touchline on the right-hand side. It's got a bit cagey again. Ball is back to Pepe. Across it comes to Vitinha. Vitinha is creeping forward. Ronaldo plays it back to the little creative midfielder. Gets it back from Nuno Mendes again. Vitinha always head up, looking for the options. Back to Pepe it comes. Pepe rolls it across to Ruben Diaz. Jogs forward leisurely here with the ball at his feet. Palhinha is right in front of him. France just sitting in their shape, saying you're going to have to try and play through us here. No great urgency to do that from Portugal at the moment. Just knocking the ball around just inside the French half. Vitinha rolls it under the studs of his right boot. Left then right. Then plays the pass to Diaz. Diaz jogging forward again. Conceição makes a little run into the channel. Diaz floats the ball down the right. Hernandez leaps in, intercepts, and Mbappe keeps it in play. Back to Hernandez in the left-back position. Clearance headed forward by Diaz. Conte stretches for France, gets a toe on the ball, forced back towards the byline, closed down by Bernardo Silva. Good meaty clearance from N'Golo Conte. Kolo Muani having a right old wrestle there with Ruben Diaz, not interested at all. Kolo Muani goes chasing, does well, tries to win it back off Vitinha, and eventually free kick is given to Portugal. Portugal 0, France 0.
I think it was a free kick. Kolo Muani overly aggressive there on little Vitinha. Keeps the ball off him anyway.
Free kick taken short to Vitinha. Out it goes to the left-hand side to Leao, back to Mendes, across to Vitinha again. 45 yards from the French goal. Ruben Diaz in a central position, releases his pass, not much pace on it, finds Conceição, fancies a run at Hernandez, and Mbappe is there. Conceição feeds it in towards Semedo, back to Diaz. Portugal recycle the possession again, and Roberto Martinez looks a little bit frustrated with what is going on out there. Conceição prods it down the right-hand side. Semedo's cross blocked by Camavinga. Portugal win a corner. 12 minutes remaining of the 90. Portugal 0, France 0.
Yeah, no straight swaps for Portugal on that right-hand side. A bit more energy. A chance from the corner now. No Bruno Fernandes, so Bernardo Silva goes over. Take a left-footed in-swinger.
So Silva carefully places that ball on the corner of the quadrant, right under the watchful eye of the assistant referee. Pauses for a second, then with his left foot swings it into the box. Maignan is there, double-fisted punch high in the air. Vitinha heads it into the box. Kolo Muani hooks it over his right shoulder and away. Vitinha's little flick in the air, blocked. Ball runs to Polinia. Koundé stooping header forward to Mbappe, who might be able to step up the speed here. Strong challenge on him from Polinia. Mbappe is down, Polinia is booked. If Portugal go through, Polinia will not be able to play in the semi-final, and that is a free kick to France. Chris Sutton.
Well, there was danger there for Portugal. I think that's a really harsh booking. It is. Polinia doesn't go in studs up or anything, tries to win the ball. It's slightly mistimed. Michael Oliver on the spot, but that's a sore one for Polinia. You can mistime a tackle at times.
Yeah, well, that's going to cost him,
especially with Mbappe.
Yes. Hernandez plays back to Tchouameni. Tchouameni in turn comes back to his goalkeeper Mike Maignan. Just over 10 minutes remaining of the 90. Spain 2, Germany 1 after extra time earlier on today. Tomorrow, England, Switzerland at 5. Full commentary on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as there is Netherlands against Turkey, which kicks off at 8 o'clock in Berlin. Here's Conte for France. Little chip past Dembele, shovels it on to Koundé. Back to Dembele. Clever pass to Conte. Little slip there which allowed Conte to get away in the inside right channel. Ball into to the far post, but easy for Costa to see and collect. Comes racing out, pats it down and grabs it with both hands.
They just took a touch too many. Koundé was steaming past him on the right-hand side. Took an extra touch and then a dreadful cross.
Into the last 10 minutes we go. Day 6 of Wimbledon tomorrow. Coverage on 5 Live starts at midday. Coverage across 5 Live and Sports Extra throughout next week as well. You can listen to all of that on the BBC Sounds app if you're on the move and you want to catch your sport. And check out the new podcast series as well, exclusive to Sounds, the Sporting Giants series from the tennis point of view. The Andy Murray episodes after his emotional farewell at Wimbledon yesterday. You can hear all about his incredible career in 3 special documentaries in that series. There's also a Kylian Mbappe series, Sporting Giants, the man we're watching tonight with the mask on, who's not been able to have an impact. One shot in the second half, it was well blocked by Nuno Mendes. Still 0-0, still cagey. Leao's ball down the right, collected by Vitinha. Drags it back onto his right foot. Tries to get the cross in. Conte's in the way, out for a throw into Portugal.
Do not get that. Had the chance to cross it in initially. He didn't, then tried to manoeuvre the ball and cross it in when Koundé was back, and guess what? couldn't they? Blocks the cross.
Ball back with Pepe. We've had the two brilliant saves from Maignan, in particular the one from Bruno Fernandes low down to his right hand side. Camavinga's glorious chance which he dragged across the face of goal, and a couple of French shots blocked by Ruben Dias and Nuno Mendes, but that is why it's still 0-0. Nelson Semedo, real tension in the air in Hamburg, playing for a place in the semi-finals of Euro 2024. Ruben Dias on the ball, forward to Polinia, back to Dias, across to Pepe. Pepe sweeps it along to Vitinha, quick ball from him out to the left to Mendes, finds Ronaldo. Ronaldo takes a touch, tries to run forward, loses it too easily. Upamecano comes striding out of defence, poor pass from him behind Mbappe. Bernardo Silva gets there first. Mbappe is going to chase, tries to make the challenge. Bernardo Silva goes down, can't believe he hasn't got that decision, lies flat on his back like he's making an angel shape in the snow there, arms out wide, legs out wide, complaining he should have got the free kick. And then there's some clever footwork from Mbappe and followed by Camavinga. Camavinga though has lost it now on the halfway line. Conceição is in, tackle on Theo Hernandez, looked like he got the ball, play continues, Hernandez down hurt, Bernardo Silva feeds Conceição, Saliba had a left arm out, blocked his run edge of the box, Saliba gets booked, free kick for Portugal. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, well, Didier Deschamps is furious, and I'm with Deschamps initially. I thought there was a foul on Hernandez. Michael Oliver lets play run on, and Saliba gets his arm across Conceição. I'm not so sure Conceição is getting the other side of him. I think that's a soft one. Oliver deciding to twist there. Saliba with a yellow card.
Yeah. It looks worse, Chris, because Conceição's a little fella, so it's across his...
It's a little bit like if you were trying to run past me.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
Little and large, and I'd just fend you off.
Well, you try.
Probably go down like that.
Conceição is flat on his back.
Wow.
We hope he's okay. Just saw a shot of his dad, actually. He's the son of Sergio Conceição, former Porto boss.
And look who's over the ball.
Could it be?
And what's his free kick record, was it?
There was a brilliant stat Kelly gave us. It came from Nigel Adderley, actually our fellow commentator, who said I think that the UK's had 5 prime ministers since Cristiano Ronaldo last scored a free kick at a major tournament, something like that.
Wow.
Which is a great little link, isn't it, between...
Well, it is, especially if Cristiano pops this one in.
He might do. Yet to score at the tournament, stuck his penalty away in the shootout against Slovenia, might still need penalties tonight.
This is written in the stars, Bruce.
Yes, it's those purposeful long strides back away from the ball, then he stands statuesque, legs wide apart, breathing deeply, just bends the knees for a second. There blows the whistle. Here comes Ronaldo with the right foot straight into the wall. Who would have guessed it?
That was awful.
Thuram is waiting to come on, Marcus Thuram for France. Vitinha, that took a bit of a deflection, but loops wide of Mike Maignan's goal and will go behind for a Portuguese corner.
There does come a time where the manager, Martinez, got to say, pretty spineless to keep letting him take them time after time. But come on, it doesn't matter about your reputation if your record is that bad from free kicks.
That's the first one he's taken tonight, though, isn't it? Because Fernandes took the other one. I know what you're saying.
You should have egged me on into saying that after your 5 prime ministers.
Yes.
Line.
Yeah, no, got to thank Nigel Adderley for that one. Very good one. We spotted on social media.
Well, let's hope it's true.
That's a very good point, actually. Marcus Thuram on, Kolo Muani off for France. We're into the 86th minute of the game. Portugal 0, France 0 in the quarterfinals. Vitinha's corner into the near post. Conte, easy header away for him. Conceição is there. Knocks his pass all the way back into his own half to Diogo Costa, who could be a key man again this evening. Saved 3 out of 3 in the shootout against Slovenia in the last 16. Bernardo Silva, who scored the winning penalty in that shootout. Bruno Fernandes not on the field anymore. Wouldn't be able to take one if it comes to that. Here's Polinia. Opens his body up, right-footed pass to Dias inside the Portuguese half. Back to Polinia. And across to Pepe. Pepe to Mendes. Great energy levels from the Portuguese fans still going away to our left-hand side. They might be doing it for a wee bit longer tonight as well. Players strolling around at the moment. We are crawling towards extra time here. Ruben Dias, right-footed ball forward. Conceição controls it. Left-footed curling ball, intercepted, chested down by Koundé. Runs to Nuno Mendes. Leao on his outside, right-footed low ball, blocked by Koundé. Runs to Mbappe, gets on the ball inside his own half. Thought he was going to set off at speed. He is running fast, but he's played it to Conte, and he's continued a sporting run on the right. Dembele's on the ball though, on the left, up to the edge of the box. Could this be the moment? Conte's drive straight at Costa, who gets down and makes the save.
I think Mbappe on the right-hand side is having words with Conte. 25 yards out, goes for goal. It's actually a pretty tame effort. Costa straight at him, stoops down and gathers it, but I'm not saying that's impossible from Conte, but you've got Mbappe on the right-hand side screaming for it.
Not known for that, is he?
No.
N'Golo Conte ripping them into the top corner from 25 yards. Semedo, bit of space to work with on the right-hand side for Portugal. He's got the French defenders backing off. Plays to Conceição, cross in. Ronaldo was waiting, didn't beat Saliba. Header away. Mbappe brings it down on his right foot, holds off Semedo, finds Conte, tackled by Vitinha. Conte goes back to try and win it. Vitinha slips. France have it. Camavinga plays it out to the right-hand side. That's Dembele on the ball. Koundé's made a good supporting run forward. Dembele finds Thuram, not great control, nearly came back to Dembele. Pepe whacks it away to the halfway line. Offside flag goes up against Cristiano Ronaldo, and we are waiting for another Portuguese change right at the end of this game. Ruben Neves is going to come on for Portugal. Portugal 0, France 0.
Yeah, I'm going to say Dembele is giving the French team a different dimension.
Conte speeding forward, another effort from the edge of the box, straight at Costa.
Not renowned for that, Bruce, is he?
No.
Just pop that off. N'Golo tries to bend it into the far corner. Good run.
Like a back pass from Conte to the Portuguese keeper. Right, 90th minute of the game. We're looking fairly certain that we're heading to extra time here in Hamburg. It's going to be a late night, the time, local time, 11:15. Chris has got to be up early tomorrow, so is Kelly, heading back to Berlin. Netherlands against Turkey, kicks off at 8. England, Switzerland at 5. Theo Walcott, part of our coverage for that one. There's Pepe, walking pace just inside his own half.
It is astonishing that Diogo Jota on the bench, Portugal, who's an incredible goal scorer, and yet Roberto Martinez doesn't want to stick him on.
Not yet. Nelson Semedo chests the ball down on the right. Conceição is there in support. Theo Hernandez in front of him. Chants get louder inside the stadium. Semedo's cross into the near post. Headed away, only as far as Bernardo Silva's shot. Blocked, the ball spins high up in the air. 2 French players go for that. Camavinga gets his head on it, nodded to the left by Mendes. Koundé is there, flicks it away here for Thuram against Pepe. Thuram knows who he's up against there. He's got the pace to beat Pepe. Pepe desperately trying to stay with him. Thuram is there, gets past Pepe. 2 players in the middle, but they've dropped back both Mbappe on the edge of the box from Dembele, and in the end, he's won a corner, has Thuram. Pepe finally got his man with the challenge.
And celebrates like he scored a goal there. Thuram does well. Pops the ball past Pepe, foot race with him. Pepe's so determined. Look at that, Bruce. Up, punching the air. Not really mad on defenders doing that. What's the game coming to? But at 41,
yeah,
I think he's entitled to.
That's like you on the badminton court against the family, those sort of celebrations, isn't it? I know what you're like. 3 minutes of added time at the end of the second half, still 0-0. Corner for France, in it comes from the right, over Upamecano. Mbappe gets there, edge of the box, right-footed curl, it's overhit, it's wide, it's off target, it's too high, and it goes behind for a goal kick. And here comes the change for Portugal. João Palhinha will come off to be replaced by Ruben Neves. So that is 3 changes so far that Roberto Martinez has made. Semedo on for Cancelo, Conceição on for Bruno Fernandes. Now Ruben Neves comes on for João Palhinha.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to go into extra time. And last game, remember Pepe, Slovenia, had a slip. He got tired, didn't he?
Yeah.
Looks absolutely out on his feet.
Yeah. Oh, he was busting a gut, straining every sinew to try and keep up with Thuram on that run. Ruben Dias walking forward with the ball inside the Portuguese half. Minute away from extra time. It was extra time earlier on today. Spain 2, Germany 1. Spain through to the semi-finals. They'll meet the winners of this one. And this one's going to need at least extra time to settle it. Driven ball from Ruben Neves with his right foot. Fabulous pass, controlled by Conceição. Waggles a left leg over the ball to try and dummy the defender. Back to Bernardo Silva. Takes on Hernandez. Here's Conceição running across the face of the French penalty area. Lays it back to the right. Ruben Neves involved again. Looks up. Not a great cross. Scuffed it into the edge of the box. Cleared by France. Thuram controls. Plays it to Koundé. Dembele stretching his legs, moving into space on the right. Mbappe jogging forward, making his way into the middle. Here's Dembele running at Nuno Mendes, still going, lays it back. Mbappe, could this be it? Costa, easy save, who curls it straight into the hands of the Portuguese keeper.
Another driving run from Dembele, inside on his left foot, can't work an angle, feeds it to Mbappe, who's 20 yards out centrally, telegraphs the shot. Costa gathers.
Right, there we go. 30 more minutes to come. No goals at the end of the 90. Chances at either end in the second half. A couple of great saves, Chris, from the French keeper Mike Maignan. Camavinga had a fabulous chance from close range. He went across the face of goal and missed the target. But we're at 0-0.
Yeah, I've got to say, second half was much better than the first half, which was a bit of a horror show, but yeah, missed opportunities from both sides. Got to say, Mignon save from Bruno Fernandes, top draw, and then France had the opportunity at the other end with Camavinga, who should have scored, but no, we go to extra time. It's a bit of a stalemate.
Bit of a stalemate so far. Extra time on the way. Portugal 0, France 0. Thank you, Kelly. So players just gathering in the centre circle at the moment. Kylian Mbappe is in conversation with Michael Oliver. Tension abounds inside the stadium. Quality of the game has not been there, as we keep saying. There is a change coming for France here. Youssouf Fofana is going to come on for them. So we'll wait and see which number goes up and who's coming off. France in the white shirts, blue shorts, white socks. First period of extra time, defending the goal away to our left and shooting towards the end, where all the French fans are. You've got to be up early tomorrow, by the way, for full commentary of England-New Zealand. First test in Dunedin kicks off at 8:05. Wimbledon coverage starts at midday across 5 Live and Sports Extra, as always. Emma Raducanu today through to the last 16, and the British Grand Prix as well, qualifying tomorrow. Full commentary on the race on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Camavinga off to be replaced by the 25-year-old Youssouf Fofana, who made 6 appearances in Qatar at the last World Cup. A couple of starts in there against Tunisia, the final group game for France, in the semi-final against Morocco. So it's going to be more of the same, isn't it, Chris? This is going to be cagey extra time. I can't see them suddenly going.
Well, just imagine though, if the game turns now and they go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it? I mean, if someone scores, if someone's brave enough to risk it and score, then it could be an epic 30 minutes of extra time. Could be, though, we're heading towards the penalty shootout. That's how Portugal got through in the last 16. France have lost their last 3 penalty shootouts at major tournaments, including that World Cup final in Qatar 2022, when they were undone by Argentina. We are underway. First period of extra time, 5 Live and BBC Sounds. And France on the ball inside their own half with Arsenal's William Saliba. Plays it to Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni back to his goalkeeper, Maignan. Maignan across to Upamecano, who's in the right back position here. Ball is forward to Thuram. Pepe's well forward, chasing him up the field. Thuram turns away from him. France work it down the left with Hernandez. This is where Mbappe wants it. Moving at speed, running at Nelson Semedo. Step over, tries to dart in between him and Conceição, but the ball hits the legs of Conceição and he's able to run away with it for Portugal. Back it comes to Semedo. Loose clearance from him. Tchouaméni, he was a bit tired, sort of stooping header that he completely missed. And then Ruben Neves plays a little 1-2 with Bernardo Silva. Wide it goes to Conceição, and Nelson Semedo eventually comes back to Ruben Diaz. So 3 changes made by Portugal, just the 3 as well so far by France. That was the 3rd one actually, just before this first period of extra time. But Cristiano Ronaldo's still out there. Saw him having the old massage work done on the legs ahead of the extra time. Pepe's going to need plenty of that too. Chris was talking about the pickle he got himself in extra time against Slovenia when Šeško went clean through, had a great chance to win that game for the Slovenians. Conceição on the right hand side for Portugal. Red shirts, green shorts, red socks. Attacking the goal away to our left. Vitinha feeds it to Conceição. Conceição, little ball with his left foot down the right for Semedo. That's covered by Hernandez for France. Forward to Mbappe under pressure. He's got Ruben Diaz right behind him. Mbappe's in the left back position here. Plays it back to Hernandez. Drives the ball long up the middle of the pitch. And Pepe, fresh as a daisy, steps in and controls that.
I think you're being a bit generous there.
Here's Vitinha. Cross to Ruben Neves, winning his 51st cap for Portugal here. Space for Bernardo Silva on the right. Ronaldo's got an arm in the air. He wants to cross into the box. Conceição makes the move into the box. Ronaldo! Right-footed effort, ball behind him, balloons it over the bar and into the Portuguese fans. Didn't quite fall for him.
I don't think the ball is good from Conceição. I've got to say, he works it brilliantly. Pops it round Hernandez, outside of his left boot, pulls the ball back. Ronaldo, I think, is a bit fatigued, but it is just behind him, and the ball goes high and wide.
0-0, 3 minutes gone, first period of extra time. Vitinha's ball to Ronaldo, tries a little turn on the edge of the box, it nearly ran to Bernardo Silva. Maignan, careful pass out from his penalty area, finds Mbappe, laid back to Conte. France sees space on the right. Dembele brings that ball under control, skids on the touchline on the right here, gives it to Fofana. Fofana, little 1-2 there with Thuram, across to Conte. Now Mbappe involved again, up against Semedo, doesn't fancy taking him on this time, plays it back to Theo Hernandez. Tchouameni through the middle to Thuram, couple of touches and wide it goes to Mbappe. Semedo's got to be careful again. Mbappe's left-footed pass, half blocked. Ball balloons to Conte. Here's Mbappe again, goes back to Conte, misses him, finds Tchouameni. Tchouameni's chip ball into the box, so easy for Diogo Costa just to take 2 paces forward and catch it.
It's been so predictable, France have, so laboured. Couldn't have made the run too early, he was a couple of yards offside anyway. Tchouameni played the ball.
Ronaldo's pass on the turn, looking for Leao. Maignan's outside his penalty area, catches it on the half volley and smashes it high in the air. Ronaldo comes racing down the touchline beneath us here, gets ready to take the throw.
What's he doing taking the throw as a centre forward?
Might have a long throw, Chris, I've never seen it actually. No, he's not going to take it. He's going to leave it for Semedo. There's a banner, French banner up away to the right hand side that we saw right at the start of the game. It says Irrésistible Français, ici bat le cœur des Bleus, here beats the heart of the Blues. Irresistible French. They have not been irresistible as yet this evening. 0-0, 5 minutes gone in the first period of extra time. It's going to be one of those games as well, if you do lose it 1-0, you are going to kick yourself for not giving yourself a better chance to win it in all the football that we've played. Here's Conceição on the right, diminutive figure. Now Semedo to his right, takes on Hernandez, blocks his run, and it goes out for a throw-in to Portugal. Conceição waves at the Portuguese fans behind that goal away to our left. That suddenly brings them to life, those giant red and green flags being waved from side to side as Portugal take their throw. Diaz finds Vitinha, chip pass, looking for the runner Semedo. Hernandez heads it away, second header from Conte. Thuram tries to flick it on, when it very nearly ran through the middle there for France to get away, but there must have been a handball in there. Portugal free kick midway inside the French half, taken quickly to Semedo, and away we go. Short passing, moving the ball around, patient stuff from both teams. Bernardo Silva, so often the magician for Manchester City, lays it off to Conceição. Conceição, left-footed curling cross over the head of Ronaldo, headed away by Koundé to the edge of the box. Volleyed pass towards Dembele, uses his body well to turn Nuno Mendes. Mendes has gone down, Play continues. Dembele goes streaking over the halfway line, beats Vitinha. Great run. Still Dembele gets away from Pepe, then lays it off to Mbappe. Mbappe, little touch, trying to work it onto the right foot, and the shot is blocked by Pepe, who again roars his delight in celebration.
It's brilliant from Pepe. He was beaten by Dembele. What a run from Dembele inside his own half. And Dembele, unselfish, when he could have shot, maybe should have shot, pops the ball out to Mbappe, comes inside on his right foot, goes past Semedo, things has opened up. Who comes from nowhere? Pepe.
Fofana driving forward for France. Thuram lays it off to Mbappe. Thuram's curler left-footed, off target, well off target. And Pepe was right there again to get in the way for Portugal. He relishes the battle. Still out there fighting for Portugal. Portugal 0, France 0.
There I wanted him subbed.
Dembele's looked France's best player, isn't he, Chris, when he gets the ball at his feet?
He's looked a massive threat.
Yeah.
He's their ball carrier, isn't he?
Ronaldo makes a run through the middle for Portugal. That's ignored. They're knocking the ball around on the halfway line. Here's Vitinha. Across to Bernardo Silva. Portuguese fans entertaining themselves with a very slow, deliberate thunderclap. You can probably hear in the background here in the stadium in Hamburg. Nuno Mendes. Back to Pepe. Pepe's inside the French half. Rolls it to Mendes, gets it back again. Thuram closes in on Pepe. Pepe side foots it to Diaz as the thunderclap builds to a crescendo. Forward to Semedo. Wide to Conceição on the right. Back it comes to Ruben Neves. Conceição gets it from Neves.
Been more of a gentle drizzle this game rather than thunder.
Yeah. Thunder and lightning in Germany is Donner und Blitzen. Did you know that, Chris?
Oh,
Yeah. There we go. Another thing our listeners have learned this evening. Mike Maignan, France's keeper, plays it across here to Upamecano. Runs away from Ronaldo, shrugs him off. Pass out to Koundé, stretches, couldn't control it. Dembele's there, tackle from Mendes. And actually the last touch came off the Frenchman. Didier Deschamps doesn't agree, but that will be a throw into Portugal on the left. 9 minutes gone in the first period of extra time, and nothing has really happened in those 9 minutes of football. But you've got to stay with us, Chris, because you never know, and we could be heading to the drama of a penalty shootout. Here's Diaz to Ruben Neves, back to Pepe, inside his own half. Thuram closes in, stands 5 yards away from him. Pepe tries to draw him in and then side puts a pass across to Diaz. Diaz gives it to Ruben Neves, who loves to ping the diagonals if they're on. Decides against it this time. Plays to Vitinha. Ronaldo comes bouncing towards him, calls for the ball, gets it. 1-2. Ronaldo receives it on the turn. Runs up Upamecano in the inside left channel, lays it off to Leao. Leao plays back here to Nuno Mendes. Cross to Vitinha, 40 yards from goal. Then Ruben Neves, spinning pass up in the air towards Pepe. Just takes every care with that. Pepe controls. And plays back to Diaz, across to Pepe. France back off. Pepe comes rumbling forward into the French half. There's Nuno Mendes. Back to Pepe. I don't know how many times I can say the same thing here in this game at the moment. Pepe's pass to Diaz. Edge of the centre circle inside his own half. Uses Pepe again. 5 minutes remaining in this first period of extra time. Pepe just lays it off to Vitinha.
Both teams look like they want penalties.
It's exactly the way it looks. Bernardo Silva might have been caught late by Conte there. Michael Oliver says yes. Free kick to Portugal.
If you're Portugal, probably understand it with their goalkeeper, but France have the Magic Mike.
Magic Mike against Diogo Costa, who's penalty saver supreme. Here's Semedo on the right for Portugal. Finds Conceição. Conceição out on the right hand touchline, plays back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz across to Neves, wide it goes again to Bernardo Silva. Conceição makes a little dart in field. Portugal don't use him, they come back to the halfway line to Diaz. Lots and lots and lots of Portuguese possession, but absolutely no threat whatsoever from either team in this first period of extra time. Leao's on the ball, turns it into midfield inside the French half, and Vitinha plays it back to Diaz.
Very, very patient, Portugal, but haven't gone anywhere with it. Backing across. Here's Vitinha breaking a line though.
Trying to make an incisive run. Plays it to Conceição. He's on the move up to the edge of the box. Semedo, one touch, crossing with his left foot. Ronaldo thought about jumping, didn't. Nodded back to Ronaldo. Leao shot brilliantly blocked. Comes back to Leao, swing and a miss with his left foot on the volley. And Leao still has it now over on the left for Portugal. First time cross from Nuno Mendes, volleyed away. So there's just a brief little moment of excitement. And back we go again to Portuguese possession.
It nearly broke, didn't it? Leao initially, great block. I think it was Upamecano who made the block. Sensational block, and then a wild swing with the return effort.
Bernardo Silva, swerving run, comes in from the right-hand touchline. Played to Conceição. Conceição tricks it onto his left foot. Hernandez in front of him. Conte moves in to help out for France. Back it comes to Diaz. Portugal comes shuffling back towards the halfway line. 3 minutes remaining, first period of extra time. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Missed control from Conceição. Allows Hernandez to clear first time, and out it goes for a throw.
I say though, where's the French flair, the French flamboyance, Bruce? Dear me.
Yeah, not here tonight. Not here in Hamburg tonight. Not been at this tournament so far from France.
They're parking the bus.
French player yet to score from open play at the tournament. Mbappe's penalty, 2 own goals. That's what we've seen so far from France. And Portugal have had all the ball in this first period of extra time. 2 minutes remaining of it. Bernardo Silva plays it across to Vitinha. If England-Switzerland's a bit better than this. 5 o'clock tomorrow. Live from Dusseldorf. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Mark Chapman presenting the show from the stadium. All the build-up leading up to the kick-off quarter-final. Playing for a place to face either Netherlands or Turkey in the semis next Wednesday. Neves controls an awkward ball on his thigh. Back it comes to Pepe. 90 seconds remaining in this first period of extra time. There is the option always actually on the BBC Sounds app, if you've missed anything listening to any of our commentaries, you can rewind and go back again. I wouldn't necessarily suggest it for the first period of extra time of this game, Chris. I think that's probably 15 minutes that we can quite easily forget.
In terms of the spectacle, you know, you go into the game, you big it up. 2 great European teams,
superpowers.
Yeah.
No, not happening at the moment. Here's Vitinha. Vitinha's inside his own half. Fofana's in front of him. Pass back to Ruben Diaz. 1 minute left in this first period of extra time. Spider cam above the players on the wires, following their every move, swinging from side to side away to our right. Here's Vitinha. Leao's calling for it on the left. Ronaldo makes a little run forward, then drops back. And Nuno Mendes, burst of pace. This is better from Portugal. Fofana tries to stop him, dragged him. Play continues though. Mendes gets the ball to Conceição. Conceição into the penalty area, left-footed curler, off target again, high and wide, and behind for a French goal kick. Doesn't surprise me.
No, the little Portuguese winger always trying to drift inside on his left foot and shapes up to bend it into the far corner from the edge of the box, but high and wide. Not accurate. Just watching the block from Upamecano. It's a hard volley chance from Leao earlier when he chokes it into the floor. It's a good block. Got to say the French centre-halves have been good this tournament.
Well, it's the defending we've been watching this evening. Saliba and Upamecano standing firm for France. Half-time whistle blows. First period of extra time is done. Enormously forgettable. That one block was probably the only incident there. Portugal 0, France 0. Penalties, Kelly Cates, written all over it.
Yeah, but I just wonder, there've been a few chances, maybe more for Portugal. Well, when I say chances, I mean forays into the final third, if not clear-cut chances. Is there a part of you, Chris Sutton, that thinks you deserve penalties? You've sat through, and we're about to sit through 120 minutes of this, and if you don't get penalties and drama at the end of it, you will not be going home a happy man.
Do you know what? There's a part of me, I wish both sides would be eliminated tonight. I was so excited coming here today, and you look at the players who are on show, and there's been such a lack of quality. But I also think there's been a lack of imagination from the Portuguese manager. The fact his obsession with Ronaldo keeping him on. Ronaldo is managing the team. Martinez isn't managing the team. When you have options on the bench like he has, it's, I think he's hampering them in an attacking sense. It looks like it's going to go all the way. And do you know what? In many respects, with Costa in goal, you think, well, Portugal have a real chance, but
what if then he takes off Ronaldo and there's a big chance in the game? No, but what if he takes off Ronaldo? There's a big chance in the game that's been, and pick any of the chances that are, well, it's not that many of them, but pick the chances in this game that they've been, and if Cristiano Ronaldo's not on the pitch, you say Ronaldo would have scored that. If it goes to penalties and Cristiano Ronaldo's not on the pitch, you go, Ronaldo will be one of your penalty takers. There is risk as well as a benefit to taking him off.
There is, but in terms of what Diogo Jota would give that Portuguese front line, movement in behind, he has pace. He's a good all-rounder, and
can you see this shot of him inside the stadium where he's sitting in the centre of the huddle that the Portugal players are in, and he's leaning back with his elbows on the ground, looking up to the sky, while the overhead camera, the spider cam, goes straight down above him, and you get an aerial shot with Cristiano Ronaldo right at the centre of it.
Yeah, I can see him now on the floor, sitting down, looking up. Looks like Mbappe's.
Yeah, he's off. Kylian Mbappe, with a penalty shootout 15 minutes away, an absolute guarantee to take a penalty. In that World Cup final in Qatar, scored 3, didn't he? 2 in the game and 1 in the shootout. He is off. He's got an ice pack to his nose, and Bradley Barcola, the 21-year-old, wins his 4th cap this evening and comes onto the field for France. João Felix will come on as well for Portugal. Don't laugh at my pronunciation of João Felix. That's how you're going to say it, apparently.
Spot on.
Thank you, Chris. So Barcola on for Mbappe.
That was an ice pack, which would have been more fitting for my size of nose, Bruce.
That was a big one. It was a big one.
That was enormous.
Why has Deschamps taken him off with 15 minutes to go, Chris? Because he's got the energy. Surely to be out there.
He was tiring, wasn't he? I just wonder whether your big stars now, they come off when they want. He's probably told Deschamps he wants to come off, but it's a positive substitution for Portugal. Who's come off? Who's this Leao?
Yes, Rafael Leao off. João Felix is on. That's what I'm calling him, and I'm sticking to it. But Kelly picked up on it as well. Roberto Martinez, the Portuguese boss, had all the squad huddled around him in a circle, tightly knit, talking to all of them, and Cristiano Ronaldo sat on the floor beneath him, just sort of looking up at him as he was giving the instructions. 15 minutes away from a penalty shootout potentially to decide who meets Spain in the Euro 2024 semi-finals in Munich on Tuesday. Portugal 0, France 0. Second period of extra time is on the way. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Nuno Mendes on the charge down the left-hand side. Koundé in with the challenge. Mendes thought he was caught. Ball goes out for a throw. And João Felix will come forward and get ready to take it. My mate Phil, actually, Chris, flew over today to come and watch this Portuguese fan. Got diverted via Copenhagen, so actually flew over the top of Hamburg and had to come back again. He was rather hoping he'd had a parachute. He could have leapt out on the way to Copenhagen and landed, but he has made it in time. I'll find out from him afterwards how much he's enjoyed the game. If Portugal go through, he absolutely won't care, nor will the Portuguese fans. And Cristiano Ronaldo is out there, and he's out there for the potential penalty shootout. I'm convinced he will take the first penalty, but Bruno Fernandes is not there to take a penalty for Portugal. Felix, lovely touch from him on the halfway line. Glides effortlessly across the pitch, lays the ball back to Mendes. Here's Vitinha. Ruben Neves in between his 2 centre-backs receives it. Cross to Diaz. Forward to Bernardo Silva. Similar pace to everything we've seen in extra time so far. Silva's pass back to his goalkeeper.
Barkel has just come on the left-hand side for France, like for like with Mbappe.
He started the final group game against Poland, did Barcola, joined Paris Saint-Germain from Lyon at the end of August 2023, so he's just had his first season at the club, and he is on for Mbappe. So the Ronaldo-Mbappe showdown in terms of the shootout is not going to happen. Costa clears with his right foot. Ronaldo is there, controls the ball, plays it back into midfield to Vitinha. Across it comes to Ruben Dias. Forward to Bernardo Silva. Lays it off to Neves. Nicely worked move by Portugal. Gets it to Conceição on the right-hand side. Moving at speed into the penalty area. Left-footed cross towards the far post. Arriving and heading into the side netting. Another chance, but that was a very tight angle for Joao Felix. Met the header powerfully. Just couldn't direct it on target. And France have gone very quickly with the goal kick. Koundé makes ground down the right. Dembele's on the ball. Thuram's waiting in the middle. Sliding challenge from Mendes, and it goes out for a France throw, Chris.
And he looks their only attacking threat as Dembele on that right-hand side. Got to say, it's brilliant from Conceição. Leads the ball to the far post, I think. Felix, who was attacked the ball at the far post, just put under pressure from Koundé.
12 minutes remaining in the game. 12 minutes away from a penalty shootout. France on the ball inside the Portuguese half. Dembele gets it from Koundé, 40 yards from the Portuguese goal. Fofana casually plays it back to Upamecano. Upamecano decides to turn, come back into his own half to Maignan.
If you're a French player, you're watching penalties the other night and Costa leaping to both sides, making incredible saves. You think, well, let's show a bit more urgency.
Yeah.
Try and get this over.
As I was saying, lost their last 3 shootouts at major tournaments. World Cup final in Qatar. Thuram with the little roulette spin. Ball runs away from him. Referee says that is going to be a free kick for France. He was caught as I think that's what they call it, Chris. Yeah, so you know when you put your right foot on the ball, drag it, and then you put your left foot on the ball and you turn sort of 180 degrees.
Is that a Salisbury thing, that, is it? Roulette spin.
It's probably my son that's taught me that. It's probably my son that's taught me that. What would you call it?
Well,
I associate that with Zidane.
Back in the olden days,
Yes.
we used to call it the Maradona twirl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd call it a roulette spin.
Roulette spin. Okay. Well, hopefully our listeners have some idea of what he was doing.
Yeah, text in 85058.
Yeah, Chris will be taking your calls tomorrow night, by the way, after the football. 2 more quarterfinals on the way. England-Switzerland kicks off at 5. Conte's ball towards Barcola. Barcola can't get rid of the attentions of Semedo. It breaks for Conceição. Conceição chips the ball. Ronaldo sprints onto it on the right-hand side. Hernandez gets back to him, slides in, makes the tackle, and it goes behind for...
Oh, he's awarded a free kick.
Offside or foul from Ronaldo on Hernandez?
Yeah, I think...
Offside. Is it?
Yeah.
Free kick France. Ball played forward. Can't, that was terrible. Intercepted by Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves rolls it into the feet of Nuno Mendes. Mendes on the move. Lovely player to watch. Another one who glides over the turf. Good twisting and turning. Nearly wriggled his way past Koundé, who eventually got the tackle in.
Spin that from Mendes, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got to take a gamble, Chris. Ball back with Maignan. Maignan side foots it out to his right-hand side. Upamecano plays a ball into midfield. Laid off by Thuram. That might run to Ronaldo. Nearly did. Conte is there. Conte's still got that energy to get away from Vitinha. That's a poor challenge from Vitinha on Conte. Advantage play.
That's ridiculous. Conceição.
Oh, Conceição, beg your pardon.
I think Michael Oliver, he may revisit that.
Well, if he does, that's another Portuguese player who will be suspended for the semi-final. Dembele on the right for France. Left-footed pass back to Thuram. Koundé. Fofana across to Tchouameni. Tchouameni plays to his left to Hernandez. Back it comes to Conte again. Last 10 minutes of the game. Portugal 0, France 0. Hope you've enjoyed it with us here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Fofana stretching, just keeps the ball for France inside that Portuguese half. Tchouameni's off balance. Spoons a pass high in the air. Dembele brings it down. Little flick down the right-hand touchline. He runs onto his own pass. Dances inside Felix. Gets to the edge of the box. Still Dembele. Left-footed shot. Now, did that take a touch on the way through? No. Over the bar. Goal kick for Portugal.
I've got to say, at least when Dembele gets on the ball, it looks like something could happen for France. The finish is woeful, but it's positive. Drives in from that right-hand side. I've got to say, though, it looks like this French team looks looks like they've just been thrown together for the first time. They have been miles off it.
Could still win the tournament though, Chris, couldn't they?
But there's no real pattern to the way that they play.
Ball forward to João Felix for Portugal, inside his own half, back to Pepe, just chips one up in the air. Not the easiest for Mendes to deal with, knocked over by Dembele, so wins Portugal the free kick. It was Kingsley Coman and Aurelien Tchouameni who missed the penalties in the World Cup final against Argentina. Shootout before that at a major tournament. I think you and I were doing the game actually, Chris, against Switzerland. Sommer made a brilliant save from Mbappe to knock France out in the last 16, and then before that you go all the way back to 2006, the World Cup final in Berlin when Italy scored all 5 of their penalties to beat France. The infamous Zidane headbutt. Step over from Conceição on the right, plays it back to Ruben Neves. Fans still singing away at either end of the ground. Conceição's ball in field, blocked by Barcola, goes out for a throw into Portugal. Ruben Neves plays it to Semedo. Semedo dummies across, keeps the ball wide on the right. 7 minutes to go, 7 minutes away from penalties here in the quarterfinals of the Euros. Playing for the right to meet Spain in Munich in the semi-final on Tuesday. Neves' ball chipped down the right. Semedo, arms pumping, chases hard, way beyond him, was never going to get it, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Do you know what though? At least Portugal have been positive with their play. You know, they've actually been braver than France, who have just sat in, looked to counter-attack. They haven't done it particularly well, but there's a biggest threat on the ball, Dembele, but immediately surrounded.
Dembele darted forward, then played the pass to Fofana. Wide it goes to Hernandez on the left-hand side, gives it to the 21-year-old Barcola. Can he make some magic happen late in extra time? Oh, darting between 2 Portuguese defenders. Good feet, left-footed shot, sliced wide of the target, at the near post, and goes behind for a goal kick.
That's nice though from Barcola on the left-hand touchline. Proper getting between Conceição and Semedo. Neves gets out to him, and then it makes a real hash of the finish. Slices it wildly left-footed into the stand.
6 minutes to go in Hamburg, second period of extra time. Portugal 0, France 0. We had a feeling it might be this way, and so it has proved. Pepe's ball goes straight out of play for a throw into France.
Yeah, on the wrong wavelength. Pepe not celebrating that pass.
No, not quite as vociferously as he's celebrated a couple of the brilliant blocks. Both teams very difficult to score against, but neither's done enough.
I mean, I just wonder whether in the banner there, irresistibles,
yes,
France, whether they should be allowed to take that if they go through to another game.
It's probably actually the fans that group of fans are probably the irresistibles, but their team has been anything but this tournament so far. 5 minutes to go, still 0-0. Upamecano plays to Conte. Conte sloppy pass, gives it away. Conceição, 25 yards from the French goal, taking on Hernandez, gets his body in the way. Conceição wins a late corner for Portugal. 61% possession for Portugal, 39% for France, obviously. 19 shots for France, 5 on target, 14 for Portugal, 3 on target.
5 of the tallest judges in the world.
There we go, that's a better
Hamburg.
Stat. That's a better
Bruce,
stat. Is that right?
Can someone get up tall? Not this one in.
Oh, it's a lovely segue. 4 minutes to go. Coutinho looks exhausted. He's dragged himself over to the corner flag to take this corner for Portugal. Ronaldo and Pepe. Ronaldo's using Pepe, the big brutish defender, as a shield in the middle there. Pepe makes a little move, then Coutinho's delivery goes deep towards the far post. Ronaldo trying the spectacular, miscues, commits a foul on Upamecano. Silva's shot is blocked. Ronaldo suddenly, it lit up in front of him there, didn't he? Tried the scissor volley from deep.
The scissor volley, yep. And Ronaldo ends up missing the ball and scissor volleying Upamecano, who's a bigger target.
3 minutes to go. 3 minutes away from penalties. Goalkeepers will have done all their preparation. Diogo Costa of Portugal has a fantastic record in terms of saving them. Absolutely brilliant in the last 16 win against Slovenia. And going back to the stat all the way at the start of the night, it will be 3 consecutive games for Portugal without scoring a goal, which hasn't happened to them since the late 90s, 96, 97, almost 30 years ago. Having scored some in the early group stages here. Dembele, the danger for France, takes on Nuno Mendes. Did the cross hit Mendes? Yes. Corner for France late in the game. 2.5 minutes to play. Portugal 0, France 0.
They do not deserve this, France. Can they conjure something up here?
Mateus Nunes is waiting to come on for Portugal. Plastic cups being thrown here. And Ousmane Dembele takes the corner. It's an away swinger. Upamecano nods it straight down into the floor. Ronaldo's up, wins the header. Fouled as he does so, fell heavily. Gets a high five from Ruben Dias for doing the defending. Portugal will get a free kick. And I'm sure Cristiano Ronaldo already thinking about the first penalty for Portugal. Vitinha comes off. Mateus Nunes comes on. Just looking at the Portuguese penalty shootouts, Chris, they're good at them, right? They've won 4 out of 5 in their history at major tournaments. Ronaldo has taken a penalty and scored a penalty in every single one. He's been 4th in line. He's been 5th in line, both of those against England. Then he didn't get to take one in the semi-final against Spain that they lost. And then he went 1st against Poland at Euro 2016 and 1st the other day against Slovenia.
Horrible going on as a sub here, isn't it? I mean, you're on to take the penalty. You can't. That means you can't miss.
Well, go back to the final Euro 2020, don't you? And the England subs that came on late on and missed the penalties. Just over a minute to play. Not been a great game, I'm afraid to say. Portugal 0, France 0. Ronaldo jumps, wins a flick on, that gets a big roar. Koundé prods it back to Maignan. Side foot to pass out with his left foot to Saliba. Saliba scoops one down the left-hand touchline. Semedo heads it forward. Conte on the move for France inside his own half. Into the last minute of the game. Tchouaméni plays to his right. Dembele, and it's Joao Felix in front of him. Feeds it back into midfield to Tchouaméni. He plays a 1-2 with Koundé. Upamecano across to Saliba. Saliba finds Hernandez. Hernandez bobbles a pass down the left to Barcola. Late attacking threat from France. Hernandez gliding forward, feeds it here. Oh, attempted flick from Fofana on the edge of the box, didn't come off. Quick clearance looking for Ronaldo. Gets onto the ball wide on the left. So much to do here still. Bernardo Silva's in acres of space here on the right-hand side. If Portugal can get it out to him, Nuno Mendes might be able to do that. I'll tell you what, chance right at the end of the game. Bernardo Silva works it onto the left foot, lays it back, shot straight at Maignan. Such an easy save. It sums up the entire night of football. Portugal 0, France 0.
Yeah, weak finish, feeble finish. Mendes on his weaker right foot, but here come France.
France have gone quickly, added time at the end of extra time. Ball played to Marcus Thuram, edge of the Portuguese box, still going. Semedo in with the challenge, Costa just standing there, blocking his path, and Thuram can't find a way through. The full-time whistle blows. 120 minutes of pretty turgid football, you have to say, from two great teams, but they didn't show it tonight. From way out, it looked like they were really playing for penalties, and that is what we've ended up with. Chris Sutton.
It wasn't a great game, but now the heat's on, the pressure's on. A lot made about both teams. Lack of goal scoring in recent times. Wasn't the best spectacle. But going into it, you've got to think the Portuguese goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, the specialist, the expert. France have got their own magic mic, but you'd have to make Portugal favourites, wouldn't you?
I think so. Their record in the shootouts historically in major tournaments is better than France's. Neither team, Kelly Cates, has done enough. We've sort of got the penalty shootout we feel we deserve for sitting through it. Whoever goes out here on penalties, I think they're going to kick themselves a bit for not doing enough in the game.
Knowing our luck, they'll miss them all.
Yes, Michael Oliver just spun the coin, and N'Golo Conte is now wearing the captain's armband for France. Cristiano Ronaldo won the decision there, and as Michael Oliver pointed his hand away to our left-hand side, that brought the huge roar from the Portuguese fans. They have the practice at this tournament already, and the penalties against Slovenia in the last 16 were also in front of the Portuguese fans. It looks like France are going to take first. I'm only saying that because Diogo Costa is the first to move back towards that penalty area away to our left. Maignan is following him and taking his time. One goalkeeper for Portugal, all in black. France's goalkeeper, Magic Mike, all in yellow. Come together, they share a hug, looking like a bumblebee standing together there. Michael Oliver just giving them the instructions. And as you say, Chris, it is skill, it's nerve. They practice this. You can't sort of replicate what's actually going to go on in this situation. But Portugal scored 3 out of 3 against Slovenia, and their goalkeeper, I mean, that must play a psychological part.
Absolutely, which is why players, when they're walking up to take the penalty, they've got to have clarity of thought. There can't be any doubt. Courage of their conviction and that element of skill. But Costa, I mean, the saves he made in the last shooter, he was getting right across, firstly to the goalpost and keeping them out. You know, he is an impressive goalkeeper. I just wonder whether a tactic of France may be more penalties down the middle.
Yeah, that's a good point, because the saves he made, the 3 saves he made from the Slovenians, were guessing the right way and throwing himself right and left. Ousmane Dembele came off the bench in this game for France and was their biggest threat in the game. So, yeah, the stats have come up on the screen. So 14 of the last 22 penalties he's faced have not been scored. That is incredible. Costa's trying to psych out Dembele. This shootout to decide who meets Spain in the semi-finals. Dembele runs to the ball, sends Costa the wrong way. It's a good start for France. He sticks it away and he runs off to celebrate with Mike Maignan. Cristiano Ronaldo steps up, Chris Sutton.
Yeah, nice slot, wasn't it, from Dembele. Costa dives to his right-hand side. Dembele goes left. And there he is. Cristiano Ronaldo against Magic Mike.
Cristiano Ronaldo in the red shirt of Portugal. It's a familiar pre-penalty routine, like a basketball player. Bounces the ball low to the ground, wipes the palms on the side of his shorts. Maignan's really ambled into the penalty area to try and slow everything down. Now in the shootout against Slovenia, Ronaldo went low to the keeper's right and hit a fabulous penalty. He looks to the skies, one deep breath. Cristiano Ronaldo for Portugal pauses on the run-up, strikes it. Oh, Maignan went the right way but couldn't save it, and Ronaldo turns to his teammates, points his palms at the floor and says, "What are you worried about? I was always going to stick it away."
Closes his eyes, couple of steps, actually virtually stops Ronaldo, and then whips it across Maignan, who goes the right way. But the pace and accuracy, superb from Ronaldo.
Youssouf Fofana is next up for France. The 25-year-old who plays his club football for Monaco places the ball very carefully on the penalty spot, up against the penalty saver supreme Diogo Costa and thousands of Portuguese fans behind the goal. Fofana pauses, he's looking at Costa as he runs at the ball, and he sends it down the middle and scores. All 3 penalties so far in the shootout have ended up in the back of the net, and France lead 2-1.
Yeah, Costa goes early, dives to his right-hand side, and there you go, down the middle. One hell of a leap from Costa.
Tension building, Bernardo Silva up next. Takes a cool penalty, this man, kisses the ball as he places it on the penalty spot. Maignan trying to get in his face, Michael Oliver not having any of that, standing between Bernardo Silva and Mike Maignan. Drama in Hamburg, quarterfinals of the Euros. France has scored 2 out of 2. Bernardo Silva with his left foot, top corner. What a fabulous penalty. Bernardo Silva roars in delight. He was about to come back to the halfway line and he thinks, no, I deserve a bit more celebration there. Turns to the Portuguese fans, they love that one.
Oh, that's the best of the lot so far. Left-footed Bernardo Silva steps up. The commentator to the right-hand side is going berserk, but he's whipped that into the top corner under all sorts of pressure. That was stunning.
It's a shame you can't hear him. He's just giving it a massive go. Right, Jules Koundé next up for France. 2-2. whose nerve is going to fail them. Spain waiting in the semi-final in Munich on Tuesday. 2-2 in the shootout. Maignan, the goalkeeper, the French goalkeeper, can't look here. And Koundé for France strokes it. What a good penalty. Another one in the top corner. Costa went the right way, couldn't get anywhere near it.
Oh, do you know what? As he was strolling up Koundé, I'm thinking he looks a little bit nervous. But that wasn't a nervous penalty. Blimey! I mean, he has whipped that across Costa, who's gone the right way. And that goes into the side netting. That is a brilliant penalty under pressure, but now this is getting into really squeaky bum time.
Yeah, nerve-shredding stuff. João Felix is up next for Portugal. France has scored 3 out of 3. Portugal 2 out of 2. We're finally seeing some quality in the game. The penalties, the last couple have been fabulous. Now it's Felix's turn. Maignan comes off his line, steps back, holds his arms out wide in his yellow goalkeeping shirt. Felix with a short run, right-footed, hits the post! It's the first miss in the shootout. Hits it cleanly, but strikes the post. It's advantage France.
Yeah, Felix goes across. Mike Maignan goes the right way. But it cannons off the post, and the Portuguese commentator to my right hand side thumped his desk in anger. Yeah. He's not happy with Felix.
If it doesn't go their way, you might need to give him a hug after the game, Chris. Chris Sutton with us in Hamburg. England-Switzerland tomorrow in the quarterfinals kicks off at 5 o'clock. What a moment this is now for 21-year-old Bradley Barcola on the pitch in place of Kylian Mbappe, about to take France's 4th penalty. Bruno Fernandes off the field, not able to take one for Portugal, and he would have done. João Felix has hit the post. France lead 3-2. Can they stretch the lead? This is going to be a short run as well from the young man. Hands on hips, deep breath, right-footed. Costa goes the wrong way, and Barcola screams with delight and blows the kisses at his teammates on the side of the pitch. France are almost there. They lead 4-2 in the shootout.
What's happened to the penalty saving expert in the Portuguese goal? Went the wrong way. I've got to say, Barcola, couple of steps, as cool as you like, whips it across Costa, who goes the wrong way. Pressure on now, isn't it, Bruce?
This is it. This is it. This is crunch, because if Nuno Mendes misses this, France are through to the semi-finals. He has to score this to keep the shootout going. Mike Maignan, again, the French keeper, Magic Mike, comes ambling into shot. Hasn't made a save as yet, but Felix's penalty struck the post. Nuno Mendes has to score this, or France are in the semi-finals. Whistle blows. This is the moment for Mendes. Here he comes with his left foot. Oh, he finds the roof of the net for a second. I thought it was over the bar and away into the Portuguese fans. His heart must have been in his mouth for a moment, but he stuck it away, and that is some strike.
That's unbelievable. I mean, you couldn't get that if you tried. You couldn't get that more in the top corner. That pace and precision. Now, who is it? Hernandez.
Yep. So Nuno Mendes, Portugal's left back, has scored. Portugal have done all they can do. France for 100% here, for 5 out of 5. They have not wowed us at this tournament. They have not wowed us in this game. But if Theo Hernandez sticks this away, they are into the semi-finals against Spain. The whistle blows. Hernandez takes a few paces back. Diogo Costa is waiting. Hernandez strikes, sends it the wrong way, and France are through. The French players come sprinting towards Theo Hernandez and Mike Maignan. The celebrations begin in the penalty area away to our left. And after 120 minutes of pretty ordinary football in this quarter-final, France hold their nerve, take 5 fabulous penalties, and Diogo Costa was superhuman in the shootout against Slovenia, but he couldn't repeat the trick tonight, and France win the shootout 5-3. Chris Sutton.
Oh, the ugly French. They go through. Performance wasn't there, but the penalties were quite incredible. And the last one, pressure on Theo Hernandez, sent Costa the wrong way. As cool as you like, they held their nerve, and they go through. They haven't deserved to go through. They have been bang average in this competition so far. But eventually they are going to start performing. I mean, they're going to be up against Spain, but it's about finding a way. Tournament football, and Didier Deschamps' men have stumbled through again.
Well, so far a Kylian Mbappe penalty, 2 own goals and a win in a penalty shootout, and France are into the semi-finals of the Euros. Disconsolate Portuguese players in the half now away to our left. The camera obviously immediately focused on Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't think we'll ever see him at the Euros again. He's pretty much said that himself. Whether he'll make a World Cup in a couple of years, he managed to stick his penalty away, but unfortunately João Felix for Portugal struck the post. France win the shootout, and it's their party, their dancing, their singing, and their semi-final on Tuesday. They're through.